More than 6 months since my friend Charlie Kirk was murdered just 25 feet from me at Utah Valley University. On March 26th, I'm going back to that campus for the first time as part of our college tour in honor of Charlie. I'm not sure how I'm going to react to being there, but the plan is to address a bunch of pressing questions, like, is the murder of Charlie Kirk proof that God doesn't exist? And if God does exist, then why did he allow Charlie to die? And why have there been so many slanderous lies and accusations since his murder? What's God's solution to the evil that we see all around us? And what's God's solution to the evil that all of us have committed in our own lives? Charlie knew what that solution is, and it's not political, and it's not difficult. In fact, Charlie risked his life to show people that solution.
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith.
We'll get into that solution and your questions at Utah Valley University that night, March 26th. So come on out. And if you can't be there, then please join us live on the Cross-Examine YouTube channel at 9 p.m. Eastern. Our goal is to make heaven crowded. I hope to see you there, and thanks for your prayers.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome.
That was interesting.
That was very interesting. Welcome.
So he's going back to UVU. And apparently for a Q&A by the looks of it.
I don't know. I'll bring it up on the screen if you guys want to screenshot it or so you don't forget. Where is it? He will be at, did I put it? Is this the next one? Is this the next one? No. There we go. Well, that was there too. So he will be, welcome by the way, Chris and Allie here. And he will be at UVU March 26th, 7 p.m. Mountain Time.
Yeah, and apparently he's going to be addressing some concerns and questions. And if you wondered what our poll was sort of meaning on the way in here, sort of based around this event, I'm curious to see what actually gets asked. And I want to see if he's actually going to have to answer some of the tough questions, or is this just going to be something, you know, wishy-washy, like the Harpole interview? You know what I mean?
And can I be honest? I guess it's going to be inside. We all know that, right? So it's probably going to be inside. It's a free event. Registration required. So they're going to want all your info, I guess.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't surprise us. They'll want your name, your address, your email address, the name of your firstborn, and everything else assumed, allegedly, would be asked on that registration form.
This is going to be interesting. I'm going to watch it. Obviously, I follow a lot of what Frank says and what Rob says. And it's weird I don't see Rob, right? I'm waiting for him, but I don't, he's not around.
Yeah, waiting for him to come out of the shadows.
He's been, ever since he went overseas in November 16th.
That was Korea, right?
Nope.
No, it wasn't.
That was
Japan?
That was IHOP.
Oh, that was the last one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He was doing the book tour.
Oh, that's right.
It was the Isaiah Project. And that's when he deleted the sermon.
Yes.
that I had.
Yes.
And then Ian Carroll did an amazing Twitch live stream about it. It was really cool. Amazing Ian Carroll. Thank you so much. Anyhow,
is he going to this event by himself? Is this just a him event, or is there other people like supposed to like, you know, speak with them? Like, are they doing it like a standard Turning Point event, or is this just something completely different? Because it, like from the preview you showed, I don't see anybody else being mentioned. Like it literally looks like it's just him.
It's just him. So maybe it's just his own little Q&A question coming back to UVU. I haven't seen anybody else saying that they're going there. It's not like a TPUSA thing. I don't think so. So it's very weird. I'm wondering if some of the questions will be handpicked.
Yeah, that's kind of
because
what.
He's not going to answer tough questions like. let's say we all go there, and I hope some people go there.
And get into the line to ask questions.
Yeah, they'll probably scan you, and I don't know if you're allowed. It says it's free event, so I'm wondering if you just, walk right in. But I don't know.
It's interesting. I'm definitely going to want to see what gets said out of that. Like, I don't know if I'll watch it live. I know you will.
Oh, I'm watching it.
But I definitely would be curious to see how he rebuttals some of the claims, what he actually says in response to some of these questions. I want to see what kind of questions are going to be asked to him, right?
Yeah.
And I'm happy that he's doing it because I want to see him sitting there. I want to gauge his responses, his body language,
You
right?
should do it outside, babe.
I wonder. Do you think they learned that maybe that wasn't the best idea?
I'm just so weirded out. They're just doing everything inside now. Why wouldn't they do that before?
Yeah, no kidding.
Now you guys going to do it inside. Now you guys are going to get better security. I don't know. First of all, disclaimer, everything's allegedly here. This is all for entertainment purposes only.
This is just our own thoughts and opinions. We are not stating anything as fact, nor are we accusing anybody of anything at all.
Hey, Rick.
We are just asking questions. Hey, Rick, how's it going, dude?
It's a slow Sunday. I'm going a little bit earlier today. Did you see Angel Brooks? Did you see they were previewing questions at UVU for Charlie that day, according to Hunter Kozak? Yes.
Yes.
I knew that.
Yeah.
And most of the time when you're at some of those rallies or the Prove Me Wrong events, they do that.
Yeah. And that kind of makes sense to me. Like you want to know what's going to be asked, right? And I don't find that too odd, I guess. Like
No.
for a Charlie event, they maybe just want to make sure that the person's just being real. Like, yeah, you do have a question, you do have stuff in your mind that you want to talk about and debate, and not just going to go up there just to say like cuss them out.
Right, but you can ask like a regular question and then go up there and change your question.
Absolutely.
So that could happen.
Absolutely, and I bet you that does, based on like if you're waiting in line and you're watching a debate.
Yeah.
If something gets brought up that you didn't think about, you may, switch about what you're going to ask and state something different.
So to that question you had, Angela, I did an interview with Henry Dells, and that came up in our interview. Go back and look at it. I did it with Mr. Letgo a while back in October. So I interviewed him, and he's the one that had the Mormon question. So he was the first speaker to have a full-on debate with Charlie, the last one.
Yeah, the first of the day, the last of
Yeah.
his career, sadly.
Yeah, like Hunter Kozak was the last one he didn't have a full debate with him, right? But Henry Dells was the one that had the full debate, which I found very interesting. So going back to your question, he said he had to have his question ready and he was lining up and all that. So I guess they do pick whoever. I don't know how the picking process goes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I just wanted to comment there, just on you responding to Angela. If you watch Ali and Aaron's interview of Henry, you'll realize that they weren't holding any punches. They were actually asking Henry some very tough questions, and they made him look at some footage of people walking around after the day. He said he had never seen anything, and I think was the Paramount interview before this, and then he did another one after, right?
Yeah, I think our interview was the last one he did. I don't know if he has done another interview since then. Maybe he has. I don't know.
It's just interesting. Like watch his interview with, say, like Paramount Tactical, and then watch the interview that Ali and Aaron gave him. They were actually a little ruthless. But when it comes to this, you have to ask the tough questions. You can't be afraid of what you look like asking the question. And I felt they really went on the attack quite nicely.
I have a little snippet in my video section, or if you want to watch the whole thing, go to Mr. Letgo's live streams. It's there. So moving on, this is going to be interesting. I want to watch this because I love watching Frank talking about Frank. Love his stuff because the inconsistencies that he says. He's talking about all the conspiracies and the false accusations. It was just, I'd like to ask him about a couple of questions. What happened in that vehicle?
Exactly.
Was it CPR or no CPR?
I said, we got to start CPR. I'm looking down at Charlie. I mean, he's a foot from me. His face is a foot from me.
And so Frank's just praying out loud and Rick's praying, and I can hear just the car revving, just going hard. And I hear Dan just calling out the directions to Justin so he doesn't have to look at anything but the road. And we get there.
Was CPR being conducted during this time?
No, because right now I got to stop that bleeding.
Yeah.
I said, we got to start CPR. I'm looking down at Charlie. I mean, he's a foot from me. His face is a foot from me.
No, I had heard conflicting reports, and I was a little confused by that. Like, we can't start doing CPR before the bleeding stops, right. and people don't understand that.
Prioritization of care,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And
we had to start CPR anyway, so we did. I just started pounding on him, trying to get him to respond. Couldn't do it. There's an ambulance coming toward.
I mean, I've posted this before and I've talked about it, but I'm just refreshing everybody's memory on the inconsistencies of what he's saying, allegedly. Because, well, it's not allegedly, he's saying it.
well, yeah, he did say those things, and then, everybody's seen the other statements made by other individuals. So that's why this is kind of interesting, him coming up to address concerns and comments and accusations.
Yeah.
And part of the statements he's made is a part of the controversy surrounding the immediate actions of what happened. So I find this very interesting.
He's like, is he contradicting everything that he's saying? Like,
well, he's contradicting what other people are saying.
yes.
I don't know if they get together before they release these statements
I
or
know,
whatever it
I
is.
know.
But if they are, they need to do a better job. In my opinion, right?
Dr. Jurek, calling Dr. Jurek. If you didn't watch the beginning, if you just joined Hoaxing the World, he is going to be at UVU March 26th live, and he's going to be answering questions at UVU.
That's going to be interesting.
We have to watch it.
I wonder what stance he's going to take on some of the things that he said.
They're always
Right.
contradicting them. They're all,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, hey, they're both in the vehicle.
Yeah.
So I'm confused. If you're trying to stop the bleeding, so, okay, wait a minute. So behind that table, you didn't stop it? Let's clear that out, because as they're taking him out, I don't see anything on the ground, on
No
the concrete.
droplets, no
Nothing-
juice anywhere.
Nothing in the vehicle to stop it, in the passengers, because he was behind the driver and passenger seat, right? In
Yes,
in those bucket seats.
Yes.
You can't really do CPR like that. If so, I'd like to know how you were pounding on him. I'd like to know about the pounding situation, and why there was no juice, or I can't say that word all the time, but it wasn't on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and the fragments were in the rear.
Yeah. And, Allie and I are not doctors or nurses, but we do have our first responders for
Yep.
CPR. And I look at the inside of that van. I'm like, I couldn't perform it properly there.
No.
If I did, I think
Yeah.
I'd be able to be held with negligence of
Yeah.
how I performed it.
Yeah.
So I just find that just bizarre, since that picture of the inside finally got released,
So if you guys are just joining, you got to watch this, or if you don't, I'm gonna probably play it live. I'm gonna try.
If you can,
if
that'd
we
be
can.
interesting.
I don't know. Anyway, it's gonna be March 26th at UVU. It's gonna be 7 p.m. Mountain Time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. This is gonna be interesting. Just like the past UVU event, it will be selected. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
have to register. And they're probably going to do something to your phone.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We know they love all that information now, right?
Oh, they're scanning everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Tina, because they're not charging for this event. But if you
Yeah.
notice by the flyer, they do want registration. They want your name and who knows, at least name and email. They at least want that, right? It'd be odd if you had to enter in like address and
Phone number.
number.
I wonder what. Hey, we should go try to register and see what happens.
just to see what happens.
Yeah. Like, what do they want? Maybe they probably want your phone number.
I could definitely. They want your email address and full name. With that information, they could,
He should be outside. I think he should do it outside. But that's just me, anyways.
I like that comment though.
Yes.
How many can we send? Like,
Yeah. Oh, I'm pretty sure that there's people already there. They know he's going to be there. If I was living around there, I'd do it.
Oh yeah.
I'd stay there.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So that's what's happening March 26th. I don't know what day that is, babe.
Oh,
I
you
think
want
it's a
me to check?
Thursday. I think it's a Thursday.
Let me just see here.
If Allie's memory's good, I think it's a Thursday.
I was trying to look at my phone and my microphone was in the way. 26?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Thursday.
All right. Thursday it is.
That's March, right? Yeah, March. Yep,
Yeah.
that's a Thursday. This Thursday coming up, actually.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on. So I did a little bit about Frank, because it's Pastor Sunday. I don't know if I'll end off with a pastor video today or not, but I do have some updates as well. So I have a couple of these pictures, because I don't know why I have never looked at these pictures. And I think we should. Some of them, the FBI pictures that you see them. I wish we had some closer up ones, but this is all we got. And I'll show it after, but I do have a video to play. It's a really good video, actually, with Megyn Kelly and Joe Kent. And then we'll get back into these photos, because I think he says it very well. And I'm not a Megyn Kelly fan ever since this Bulletproof Vest thing, because I really want her to answer on that, and Mikey. But hey, she did a good interview with him, so I'm going to play it. Alrighty. You want to say anything before I play it?
Yeah, like the video or the picture here, babe?
The video. You could talk about the picture before I play it.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just like, because I agree, like we never really stared at these pictures, and these only came out like well after the event. Like these were not something that was released right away. If my memory serves correctly, I could easily be wrong.
I think they were, but I don't know.
What, out right away?
I think so. I think
Okay.
maybe I'm not sure, babe.
Well, I just don't. I don't remember that. If they were, then I stand corrected. But it's odd. Like there's only a couple guys, and throughout some of these pictures, we'll get into them. They only are looking directly around the immediate area.
Yeah, we'll get into that after. I have several photos to show about this, and we'll go over this.
Only two guys? Where's the other?
Oh,
where's the team?
there's more. There's more.
Okay.
I mean, you can't get everybody in every picture, right?
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
There is a lot. There's just like maybe 7 of them.
I noticed one
Excuse me.
thing. You okay?
Yeah.
You need
Sorry.
some water?
Yeah, I got water.
I noticed one thing. That guy is a forensic guy there, or he's wearing a shirt of one, because it does say laboratory on his back.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Okay.
hope to think that's somebody there to do forensics. Like I would hope, right?
Well, yeah.
He does got gloves on, which is, I guess, is good to see, right?
That's good to see. But everybody touched everything already. Oh, Mikey touched everything. The Chief Long touched stuff. Everybody touched stuff.
Well, remember, it's like they hung out at
Yeah.
the tent after. It's funny, like I work in film and TV, and after a show, everybody meets up, and it's called a wrap party. And you meet up and you talk about the day and have a couple drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost looks like that's what they're doing there. Okay, the event's done. Let's all meet back up at the tent and talk about it. Like,
Yeah.
that was just off to me. That was so bizarre.
Yeah, we will get it back into this photo if you guys have questions about it, okay? Which I think we should look at these photos. Anyways,
Oh, I agree.
I also have something else to play. Maybe I'll play that at the end. Yeah.
You suggested that there are viable leads that might suggest government involvement somehow around his assassination. You're not saying that there was proof, but that there were leads you would have liked to have pursued that were left dangling and that you were shut down from pursuing. And I wonder if you can expand on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I'm not saying that there was like smoking gun evidence of a government involvement. NCTC's role was to look to see if there's any foreign involvement. Now, that could be government, or that just could be foreigners themselves. And all I can really truly say is that there were additional leads that we needed to run down and fully investigate. And then that's just simply was not done. Basically, from the time that Tyler Robinson turned himself in and was arrested, and his fingerprints were found on the rifle, they being the FBI, said, "Hey, this is now going to go over to the Utah law enforcement, and we are not investigating anything further." And there was a lot of back and forth about that because there were still, and again, not just my opinion, in the opinion of the National Counterterrorism Center, there was other leads for us to run down. And I even spoke with members of the FBI or kind of at the ground level, and they agreed with me. We wanted to continue to investigate.
Okay. So
Interesting.
So I think we may remember that there was a statement way back in the beginning that he tried to investigate and was stopped.
Yep.
And, you know, it hit the headlines for like a minute and then it was gone, right?
Yep.
So I always wondered what exactly sort of happened. So I'm sort of glad that he's elaborating on this, because what he just said is basically right afterwards, the FBI allegedly deemed that his role of investigating that was not needed.
Yes.
And I don't understand how they could claim that when he is saying they had leads that they needed to chase down. They had
Because
not
he-
exhausted all possibilities.
Because he does the foreign intelligence part of it, right? So that's what he wanted to investigate.
Well, yeah, he said
Yeah.
he had leads. Like he said, I have no definitive evidence, but he did have compelling leads.
Yeah.
That he wanted to chase down, and he was blocked from doing so.
So what do you think about that? I mean, I remember him being blocked from being a part of the investigation. Why is the question? Well, we probably know the why.
It's slowly becoming a little more transparent, I guess.
Yeah, and him
Is a
resigning.
safe way to say it?
And him resigning tells me a lot. You know?
Yes, and he's not the first person who has done an outstanding job for the government in any sort of capacity
Yeah.
who has resigned.
Right.
Like we have Marjorie Taylor Greene, who resigned a little while ago too, a couple months ago, and she
Yeah.
was a very powerful voice, really fighting for change. That's what I believe. Everybody may have different opinions there on her, but I thought that was a big loss, her retirement. But at the same time, I understand.
All right. I'm gonna keep on playing this video.
Gate. And so all I can say with authority right now is that there were additional leads for us to run down. And I think it's very, very simple. Like right now, we're hearing that, hey, it's a slam dunk case. And I don't doubt that it might be a slam dunk case against Robinson. That's going to play out in the court of law. However, we do know that there was people who were posting about, Charlie Kirk being killed before Charlie Kirk was killed. So we do know there are other people here who had some prior knowledge. I find it hard to believe that, multiple people predicted Charlie's death at UVU that day. I mean, if it was just one or two, maybe that's a coincidence. Maybe they're, someone who always posts something similar to that. But that to me is just one of the biggest gaps that remains. And maybe the FBI is out looking at that right now. It's been several months now, and we just don't see that happening. I know that the scope that we had of foreign involvement, we did not get an opportunity to run down all of those potential leads.
Okay.
Whoa.
So Ali has had some of that footage which he was talking about people mentioning the passing before it was publicly released by the United States government and law enforcement. So how did these other individuals have knowledge of this? And we've actually, Ali's played some of these videos many times.
Oh man. The Jack Hibbs one.
That's,
He was the first one to do that selfie saying that Israeli source is the one that first announced that he passed.
yes.
And USA said nothing. I mean, how is that possible when this is in USA? So
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
How did they get the knowledge before
I'm so
the
confused.
proper authorities and release it? It's interesting.
I'm
It's
so
just always been a
confused.
question that people have had from the very beginning of this. And I find it interesting that Joe's talking about this because he also had that exact same question.
Yeah.
What the heck? Bizarre. How would they know? Just very, very odd. very
And
odd.
who would be the one to deny him access? Would it be Kash Patel and Trump? Like, who would deny that?
I think, and don't quote me on this, I think that authority would have rested with the director of the FBI. I
Yeah.
could be wrong, but I believe since his department was running that investigation, he would have had the authority. I could be
Yes.
wrong, but I believe that's how it went.
Okay, this Megyn Kelly video was everything to me. I don't know if you guys seen it, so maybe I'll post it later. Or
Yeah,
just go check out Megyn Kelly.
yeah.
Kristen Alley, better late than never. Yeah, thank you for coming.
Thanks, Cal.
Alrighty. Now what are we doing? We are doing the rest of this video.
Yeah,
If you guys just came, this is the Megyn Kelly and Joe Kent video, and you know how he was banned from doing the investigation. He does foreign intelligence, and he said there was a lot in the investigation to investigate, but he was obviously not allowed.
Yeah, he
so
was blocked.
he's blocked.
And he's confirming that here,
Yeah.
which is interesting, hearing it from his own words yet again.
So yeah, and we all know he did resign, and it's on his page. But here's the rest of the video.
And I think Charlie Kirk deserves justice. And I think people deserve the truth about what happened on that day. And I'm not alluding and saying I know what the truth is. I'm not trying to be cryptic. What I'm saying is that there were things that we still needed to investigate that were not investigated.
Can you say whether they involved Israel?
Not specifically. I mean, but there is, like you mentioned, the text messages that Andrew Colbert was talking about. There was pro-Israeli donors who were heavily pressuring Charlie to not platform anyone who was critical of Israel. And Charlie was probably one of the most vocal advocates for not going to war with Iran. He was lobbying the president, and he was a very influential advisor to President Trump. He had the ability to go into the Oval Office and have a candid and frank discussion with President Trump. He had phone conversations with him. I mean, Charlie was probably instrumental in getting President Trump elected in 2024. And Charlie was very vocal against us going to war with Iran. He eventually said, okay, fine, Midnight Hammer, unlimited strike, and then we're done. We're not going to go back for a regime change. But he was continuing to speak out against the influence that the Israelis had on our foreign policy in the Middle East, in particular, this push to take us off to war with Iran. So I think that has to be looked at, the amount of pressure that Charlie Kirk was under from the donors, but then also his influence with President Trump. And the fact that the Israeli lobby really relied heavily on getting into that media ecosystem to influence President Trump. I think that can't be overlooked. Now, I'm not saying that like is a smoking gun. I'm not saying that means really anything. I'm just saying that needs to be considered into the Charlie Kirk investigation, but also to where we are right now as a country and what we're doing in the Middle East.
Would that have been your job, Joe, to consider that piece, or Kash Patel's?
A combination, but if there is foreign involvement, that's where the National Counterterrorism Center comes in, because we have more robust and broad authorities to investigate the foreign angle. The FBI has the more broad and robust authorities to investigate the domestic angle.
So he would have to have involvement.
Yes, that's specifically his task. And it's interesting that they sort of just labeled as a domestic issue so that then he could be pushed out from chasing down those leads he was looking at, that his team was.
Yeah.
That's
I'm pretty
interesting.
sure Candace is going to do an interview with him. I'm calling it now. I know he's
Yeah.
going on the Sean Ryan show, but you know
Yeah.
they were seen at Catholics for Catholics, you know, because Candace wasn't here Thursday, and she's not usually on Friday, but I'm pretty sure she's going to interview Joe Kent.
Did you not have a picture which showed them at the event at a dining table together?
Yes,
They
I
were sitting at the same table
Yeah, I did show that last
last episode, or?
last live, yeah.
Okay.
And
okay.
it looks like she did something to her ankle or her foot or something. She has a boot on.
Yeah, it looks like she messed
Oh.
up her leg.
She's like me, guys. Wait a minute. Did you guys hear that? I think Candace broke something, like her right foot. As y'all know, I broke both mine. So I'm a flamingo. My spirit animal. Anyways,
I'm just
that
looking-
means that she's going to be smarter.
I just
Anybody that breaks their ankle. Baron broke his ankle. Allie broke 2. and now Candace broke hers. We're all twinning with broken. I don't know if she broke it. I'm just saying that she had. You can see her up there speaking, and she was seen on a knee scooter in the airport. So something happened to her foot, and I hope she's okay. I hope
Yeah,
she
me
doesn't
too.
need surgery because I had 2 surgeries and it's not fun. Oh yeah.
I hope that's true, Angela. I hope
Yes.
that's right, because that is going to be a
Yeah.
great interview.
This is going to be a great live too, by the way. I'm really excited about this live stream. So she did break her foot.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
well, I don't know if you're confirming that, but yeah, she was wearing a boot
yeah.
and somebody took a picture of her in the airport. It was online. She was on an e-scooter, and then when she was at Catholics for Catholics, she was standing up straight, and you can see she's wearing a boot.
Yeah, on the stage shot.
I mean,
right?
it's a cast boot.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe she just fractured something, because I actually broke it and needed pins and rods, so I needed a plaster cast, a real cast. Then I went into a boot, a walking boot. So she is wearing a walking boot. I hope she's okay. I haven't heard anything like what happened.
Hoaxing there is saying that she made the post on X. Candace
Oh.
did.
She did?
Yeah,
That
that's
what
what
that
she's saying.
she got hurt?
I think so. If I'm following the text there.
Oh,
Candace broke her foot, she
I'm
posted.
still healing from this. You guys don't understand. You need your feet to walk. So it's been a real journey for me. I had ligament surgery on my left, and on my right ankle, I broke the fibia tibia, and I had pins and rods on my right. And then a year after, I broke my left. It's a thing. I talked about it on a live stream. If you guys ever want to like deep dive into broken bones, I can tell you all about it. But yeah. Okay. So we're gonna play the rest of this?
Yeah,
right.
let's keep diving into this and dissecting this. This was a good interview.
Yeah, but if she did break anything, welcome to the club.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
The Flamingo Club.
So who has the ability to shut you down from that?
Here we
So
go.
really, the way it happened was initially it was just like, hey, the FBI says you guys can't look into the case file, and when the case file is kind of where all the data is, and you're done. You guys can't work here anymore. You guys can't work on this case anymore. We argued that we should still be involved in that case, and we won the argument. We got kind of put back on the case. But then after a while, the government has a great way of making things just die in process. And so essentially all of our requests, our ability to investigate, it was cut off. Our request to investigate were kind of taken away and sort of died in the process. So I'm sure someone at some point in the government's going to come out and say, no, we're still looking into all leads in the Charlie Kirk case. But this is how you kill things in the government. You just let them die in this never-ending coordination process or requests that go unanswered. That's kind of where we're at. But the DOJ and the FBI was instrumental in saying that, hey, we're done investigating Charlie Kirk. And they'll tell you, hey, everything's with Utah now because there's this ongoing trial against Tyler Robinson.
Mm-hmm. But what about, I mean, you mentioned putting a foreign government to the side. You mentioned the people who communicated about clearly Charlie's murder prior to the murder. We pulled just a couple of those just to recap it for the audience, where we saw communications pulling it, an online friend of Twigs, that was the boyfriend of the shooter, who goes by Churbum75, wrote, Charlie Kirk deserved that shit. Let it die, with a photo of Kirk. We fucking did it, he said. Another account by someone who goes by Osama bin Tezuka, 5 days before the shooting on 9/5. Charlie was killed on 9/10. You guys, I have something big coming soon. Just be sure to check the news. You'll know it when you see it. Emoji giving a wink. The day of the shooting at 4:52 p.m. Well, that's another Chud bites the dust. X account called Mushy, but the first Kirk tweet by this guy was September 3rd. It would be funny if someone like Charlie Kirk got shot on September 10th, LMAO, followed up by another one on September 11th. Did it? So that's just a few, Joe. We could keep going. There were many, many, many. And
I think allegedly that's pre-planned. They get people to do that all the time. They get people to say
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing, right? Yeah. They get people to say that all the time so they can go, oh, look, there was people talking about it was going down. People knew. I mean, I don't know.
Is that like some kind of form of like plausible deniability? Because then it happens and people will go, oh, well, look, somebody said it before.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. because there's a lot of things that happened. We were even talking about that today, like off the stream. Just things that came out beforehand that didn't make any sense, right?
What is this? My hubby's fire jumped the road. Oh, did he get hurt?
Oh, goodness.
Or is he okay? Was this today?
Oh, Dee Dee, girl, do not worry about that. Sounds like you've had your
Oh my
hands full
goodness.
today.
Oh my goodness.
I hope you guys are okay. Hope your hubby's okay.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know if you're talking about. Please tell me what happened. Are you okay? Is your husband okay? There's stuff going on in chat. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Wait, is this just okay? Let me know. Oh, yeah, an
Yeah.
hour ago, his lungs. Oh my goodness, I
man.
am so sorry. I'm gonna say a prayer for him. Oh,
Oh man, sorry that happened, Dee Dee.
yeah, COVID was a thing, wasn't it?
God, don't
Yeah.
get us started on
Yeah.
that. We'll be here for an hour, very angrily ranting
Lost both of our moms.
because of that.
Yeah,
So
so.
don't get us started on that.
Unfortunately, I think the choice of the 10th was very convenient. Yes, to hold some attention to Tucker's 9/11 series. Yeah, now we got the 11th. Now we got the 10th. Is there going to be?
Yeah, so it's 9/11, 9/10. If we get something that either says 9/12 or 9/9, I'm going to give birth because all of a sudden they're lining these dates
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
I'll lose my
like-
my mind.
like 10, 11, 12, or will it be 9, 10, 11? I don't know.
If they line those three things up, and then again it's in a set of three,
Ugh.
I'll
So
give
weird.
birth or something. I don't know. My water will break. I will have something impossible happen to me.
So if you guys just joined, Frank Turk's going to be at UVU. That's how I started this whole thing. And now we're talking about Joe Kent and Megyn Kelly, because I really thought this was a good
This is a good find,
it's
honestly.
a good clip. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Would that be now that Utah's in the lead, wouldn't that still be an FBI investigation to figure out whether those people had advance notice and were part of, the sort of trans Tifa? That's the allegation, that these people are sort of members of this trans community or trans furry community, and that they knew and possibly participated and maybe helped. So would that be FBI typically, or would that be Utah?
By and large, it'd be the FBI, unless you can prove right away that those individuals were posting right from Utah. But in order to do that, there's a whole process of subpoenaing the social media platform, et cetera. But usually that's the FBI, just because they have the most robust tools and they're used to doing it. And again, Charlie Kirk was high profile enough that there was a case to be made that this could be in the federal purview. So look, like I said, there's still lots of unanswered questions. And from where I was in the investigation, especially looking at the foreign ties, we were stopped, and there's still work that needs to be done there.
That's disturbing. I know I've been told by Kash Patel directly that they are looking into that trans Tifa element, but it's been 6 months now, and there have been no additional arrests, and it really wouldn't take 6 months to figure out who these people were and to interview them and to, potentially
Who are the
establish a
people-
link if there were one. It's an awfully great coincidence if they weren't involved. I mean, these people have predictive powers that we should all be consulting them on the stock market daily, because they had the exact date and they had the exact manner that he would be shot and killed with, and there were multiple of them predicting that it would happen. So extremely disturbing, to say the least.
So I don't know what y'all think about that.
Yeah.
But this is interesting. Look up the verses in the Quran to predict those dates. I'm gonna try to do that.
Yeah. I'll do
So,
that.
and I don't know. I'm glad Megyn Kelly is talking about this, because she's all about Nancy Guthrie for like I don't know how many days straight. I mean, can we get back onto your? I know we got to cover other things, right? Because that's in the news too. But they had that tent around Nancy Guthrie's house for like I don't know, a month, but they paved down Charlie Kirk's, where he was sitting and speaking, and that's where
In a couple days.
48 hours, babe. 48 hours.
Yeah.
So, why don't you cover that? I mean, I wish she would cover more regarding, and maybe she can't, or maybe there's a reason,
I think she's just playing it safe. She just doesn't want to get her hands dirty.
It's probably you get attacked. You get attacked with anything regarding this case. So maybe that's it.
Yeah. Anyways, guys,
So-
hope you enjoyed that that video and breakdown. The full interview is out there, so if you're curious to see more, you can go
Yes.
find that. But
So-
that was just a really good clip that Ali found and wanted to discuss.
Now, I'm going to get into another video in a second here because it was posted. You guys probably watched it, but I'm going to play it. Found a lot of info on here because I had pictures and videos from, way back at end of September, October, and I couldn't identify some people. But then I did. I'm like, well, is this relevant? So I'll play the video and then we'll talk about it, or I might not play the whole thing. You tell me if I should stop it at any time you want to speak. But it's the Salt Lake Tribune. Yeah, it's the Salt Lake
Yeah.
Tribune, and they did post this video like a month ago, and I'm like, why didn't this come out before? So, yes, and there is wires up here if anybody was asking. So let's go.
What I was anticipating the story being was how are young people's political views being shaped and how are they responding? What kind of influence he's having on young voters, especially on young men voters?
It was kind of like any other assignment. The images I thought would be most important would be the crowd. I didn't really think I would spend a lot of time photographing him necessarily.
I remember wondering if there was going to be any fights. I wasn't really considering gun violence. I was considering, two people getting into a shoving match.
Charlie is one of my favorite people. He is the smartest man I know in politics. Love the guy.
There were also students who were not happy that Charlie Kirk was on their campus.
A little bit scared and disgusted. Yeah.
It was clearly not just UVU students. There were a lot of people who were from the broader community who were there for Charlie Kirk.
There were a lot of older adults with children, elected officials.
Politician Phil Lyman was down there. I got some photos of him getting his photo taken with fans of his down there in the front. There was no kind of credentialing system that I was aware of. There didn't seem to be a place for photographers, for media. I made my way to the very front on the north side, right where he would be. I just kind of stood around and I pretended like I was invisible. I just hoped no one would kick me out of that area.
When I'm in a crowd that big, I'm trying to think about how can I do my job, but also remain safe and responsible. And I remember in the amphitheater pit structure at UVU, and just being surprised at how treacherous it felt. It's not really made for the amount of people who were there. And I just remember thinking, this is maybe not a great venue for this many people.
Like coming in person, it's kind of like a sporting event. Like you can watch it on YouTube after. But like definitely going in person, you get the whole crowd vibe, and that kind of makes that experience more memorable.
I was down there watching all of the goings on behind the scenes. I could see behind the tent some miscellaneous security people back there, plainclothes. And then he started walking up towards the event. He kind of made this gesture like, like almost like what a pro wrestler would do, like, let's go kind of thing. And it wasn't like mean or anything, but it could have applied.
They hear the shot. He's already saying, there's been a shooting. Oh my gosh, there's been a shooting. He's been shot in the neck. How would you know he was shot in the neck if you're up there? It just happened. Am I right? Or how did he find that out? Did someone tell him that in 2 seconds? Because it just happened and he's live saying it. So that's weird. I don't know how you know what part of his body, or how do you even know he got shot? Like, how do we know?
Yeah, that's just bizarre.
There's people on the roof. How'd they know that? Or the one that's filming it. So kind of shady.
Yeah, I'm gonna want to go through that video and dissect it more.
Yeah.
When I get some free time.
So questions. Let's keep asking questions. Because I don't
Absolutely.
understand what's going on. Okay.
All right, let's move.
So hold on. This is we don't know what this is. We don't know what house this is.
I don't know. I think that I remember hearing something talked about loosely, but like they showed nothing. They never released anything. So So when you found this, I was like, all right, finally, we get to see a little bit more that they didn't release right away. And you said this is a month old. I also find it weird that this was just sort of, what did it do? Take them 4 months to edit it together? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah. Why did they just put it out now? Is the question. It wasn't like put out in October. It wasn't put out in November. It was just put out recently, like after the new year. I know it had to been like February at least, maybe January, February. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, so that's weird. I'm just trying to look to see the guys. Yeah. I don't know whose house is that where Tyler Robinson walked around that? I don't know. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, the picture isn't actually too tight for us to get any kind of geography.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can blow it up, screenshot and blow it up. But yeah. Oh, what's this?
Yeah, see, now there's
Look at
these guys.
Okay, well, that's not what I saw in the cafeteria. I saw like military, like
Actually, military
yeah,
fatigue.
yeah,
The guy was actually
yeah,
military
yeah.
clothing. Would that be campus police, I guess?
Probably
That's
campus police.
Campus police.
Yeah. So now I'll try to find that video, guys. But now moving on to to this gentleman here.
Right. So
You want to get into it, and I'll try to see if I can find one.
you just want to see if you can find that other video of the soldiers in the calf?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Yeah. Okay. So this guy was one of the journalists at the Salt Lake Tribune that was there that day. You saw him in the video that Ali just played. We sort of, do you want me to talk about what we sort of noticed, or like with this guy?
Well, yeah, I did say earlier I have
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about
I
it
had
while
a,
you're
I,
looking?
I had a picture of him. Remember, I asked you, I go, what do you think of this guy? He's kind of weird, right? I didn't know what his name was or what, if he's a journalist or if he was a photographer. I didn't know who he was. He wasn't with TPUSA. I couldn't figure out who he was. And then this video came out. I'm like, oh, that's the guy. And then I put two and two together and I'm like, I haven't posted it yet until I think Jordan Henshaw was looking for something. And then I'm like, we're looking for more audio. This guy would have it. And now you can get into what I found and what you guys were talking about.
I think you covered everything. I don't think I got to really say anything except for we see a mic on a railing.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, you covered everything else.
So
That's all the details. That's the backstory of the guy. And we were looking through some video and we thought we seen what was a mic displayed. So there was a space going on the other day. I don't know if you know her on X. Her name's Louisiana, and she was running a space on X the other day. And we sort of threw that in there for debate because we were wondering what this actually was. I thought it was a small shotgun mic, possibly from a new style E&G camera. And it looks to be something like that. We then had a conversation with Jordan Henshaw, which I believe a lot of you people know. And we kind of agree that it is a mic. And then we started to try to confirm that. So then we started going through another video and we found this guy here walk up and take that and adjust it. So it is definitely a mic. 100% it's a mic. It's from the Salt Lake Tribune crew. And the interesting thing about this and why it's important is that this is actually facing in the general direction of where the shot allegedly came from. And that this mic, if it was recording, at the time Charlie was taken out, this would be the best quality audio that we would have in this investigation. This would be a broadcast quality microphone. It would be better than anything used from a cell phone. And this is relevant for the guys who are trying to do, very complex audio forensic and analysis of what has been going on. So we found this, and after we confirmed that it was actually a mic, and we confirmed the crew that had placed the mic, we have some people trying to see if they can obtain the audio from this mic, or at least find out was it recording during the actual event or not. So this is something that we just found out. We just noticed this literally like yesterday. So we wanted to cover it as an important update. So if anybody happens to know anybody at the Salt Lake Tribune, or if you know about requesting media from news organizations in Utah, what the process is of that, if that can even happen or not, if it's something we can legally request or not. We've got some people looking at that, but we could always use help, because if this was recording, it could probably really help some of the audio guys, like the dozens and dozens, probably hundreds of audio guys who have been following this case from the beginning. So this is why we're bringing this up, guys. This is potentially something pretty important. And we wanted to bring this to everybody's attention that we could. It's circulating on X a little bit now. There is people aware, but we also wanted to add this to this stream. It's something that Ali wanted to do, and I completely supported her. I was like, yep, this is something that needs to be brought out and talked about. If this thing was going, this could really help the investigation. It could give these guys a quality of audio that they have not yet had in this investigation. So sorry to nerd out a little bit there. We just thought it was important enough to bring up.
Yes.
Are you still looking for that?
Yeah, I found it.
Because I can go through some comments.
I did find it.
You did find it?
I don't know how to, like, should I just repost it?
No,
Like,
just
I don't want to lose it.
Well, just leave it right. Do you know how far it is? How far back it is?
Well, I have to do something so I can share my screen to share it. So give me a second. Hold on.
What if you send it in DM to me on X and then just bring up our DM?
Yeah, I could do that.
Does that make it easy for you to bring it up?
I don't want to lose this. Here, I'll just do this. He looks like a military guy, right?
Oh, heck yeah, man. He's in a freaking military uniform, babe. Absolutely. While you're doing that, I'll run through some of the chats here while we're doing this. I'll scroll back a little bit. All right. So I'll just read out a couple. Here's one from Chantal.
Okay.
The sad thing is that anyone who's involved, even not knowing what would happen, won't ever talk about it because they may be charged with serious time behind bars. I find that is very valid. I also wanted to point out that Dee Dee became a member.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Dee Dee.
I will actually post that. I didn't see that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I think she threw that up during the video.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dee Dee. Yeah, I'm trying to show some of your guys' messages here, whatever
Oh,
you're
you're going to start bringing them up? Okay,
Yeah.
great. So I won't have to go through and read any if you're gonna bring them up. I saw one interesting comment about mods.
Oh.
And I know it's a little bit off topic. But somebody was mentioning some mods. I jumped over to help. Thanks. And there's actually some weird stuff going on about mods right now. If you're interested, someone who's actually talked about it is Bays.
Yes.
At Real Bays Podcast. You can check
He's
him
funny.
out. He's got some really good takes on the mods, and they actually did a stream with Danks, and they actually talked about Danks' internet going out, and it was actually pretty darn funny. Like, I got to admit, I watched that, and I was dying laughing. I actually, after I saw that, I DM'd Danks immediately. I'm like, hey, dude, what's going on with your place? Saw somebody like cut your internet lines or something.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm okay. We're good. So just want to let people know that he's okay.
I talk
he's
to
doing
Bays.
good.
I talk to Bays a lot. I mean, he's funny. Okay. Sometimes we DM each other. He's funny. No doubt. What else? And Danks, I have helped him a lot with like some research regarding Rob McCoy in Korea. So yeah, I like those guys. Those guys are so cool. They're fun. As for Discords, I love them. I love Discord, but sometimes you get in a rabbit hole in there.
Yeah, that's easy to do.
It is a thing. And then your whole day is just like, I've been doing this all day, researching. Yeah. So someone said great points, Chris. This is talking about so this is Trevor from Salt Lake Tribune.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is Chief Long on the left side. And I had this a long time ago. And I said to him, I go, babe, what is he? He goes, I don't know what this is. And I go, but he's doing something. And so I kept the picture in the video. And you see how we go back and now we're going to the future and we're finding new things. So like, there's a dust mite.
A little cat fur?
No, dusty thing in the, I don't know why I said dust mite. I mean, there was like this fur.
Hi,
flying.
Tornado Alley.
Okay, so.
Good to see you, girl.
Hello. Is she here?
Yep.
Hello. We might do some like freedom fries with her more often. Oh my goodness.
And Dee Dee.
And Dee Dee. Dee Dee, thank you so much. I love you both. Sorry, I was interrupted the chat for a bit. Wanted to let you know why I was so late.
Hey, girl, don't even worry about it. We were actually more concerned about you.
Yes.
But I did read a little bit there that you have extensive medical knowledge and training. So, good news is your hubby couldn't be in better hands than yours.
Mhm.
So, thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you for sending that generous super chat. We appreciate it.
Thank you so
And-
much.
And thanks
And being
for
a member.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much.
Your hubby's definitely in very good hands.
I try to, anybody that wants to come on and talk, or Freedom Friday will be a time to do that. So email me or tell me in the chat if you want to come up on the screen and talk. I'll be doing that Fridays. So
Especially if you have something interesting you
Yeah.
want to talk about.
Yeah.
Like we're always about trying to bring new information. You're not going to see us cover the same information over and over again unless we have something new to add to it.
Yeah.
So you won't see us repeating stuff. We're not going to do a 5-part episode on Hunter Kozak here. That's not going to happen.
no, I'm not going to be doing stuff on Erica because everybody's doing that. I mean, I've researched her, but I don't. It's very touchy for me to do her all the time. I have done the gypsy thing. I did the gypsy live, was fun.
That was funny. And she actually called herself a gypsy.
Yeah,
so
I
you were
didn't-
just
I
going
didn't-
by
I
what
didn't
she
call
said.
her. I didn't call her that. But talking about gypsies for 1 second. My mom from Finland, and she was a war baby. And she said, if I ever wore a long skirt, I didn't know, she's not here right now. So if I can ask her this question, but she's not here. So, mom above, I just wonder why she just didn't like long skirts. She didn't like gypsies or something. And she would say that they're like, some of them are bad, or allegedly, I don't know if they're bad, but maybe back then they would wear long skirts. And I looked it up the other day. Apparently, allegedly, during the war, they would take little tadpoles,
Infants.
unattended tadpoles during the war, and give them, or I don't know where they put them, but that's what I read. That's what these thieves were doing. And I'm like, and then she called herself that. I'm like, I gotta cover this. But anyhow, it's not what we're talking about today. But yes, Erica. Oh, there's a lot to cover on her. No doubt. No doubt. Should we even read this?
1978.
Oh,
I
man.
asked our auntie if Elon Musk was the wow. What kind of answer did you get out of that question?
Wait, what did she say? No.
Oh wow.
So am I wrong? Am I wrong about this? Did this happen in the war or something? Like, I don't know. All I know is, like, my mom was a war baby. She's probably didn't that weren't her real parents, and they picked her up off the side of the road there, and that's all I know about my mom's life.
Dee Dee just added an extra comment. She wore a million rings and bracelets too.
Oh, whoa. This is so interesting. We should do a live together. So interested in that.
That's crazy. A traveling healer, literally.
Seriously.
You had people who wandered and traveled for the heck
That
of
is
it. And
crazy.
she's traveling, being a nurse. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
A couple other random statements just about there you go. Just that about your
I'm not.
uh
So, like, my mom didn't like me wearing a long skirt. She actually grabbed the skirt. It was like long right down to my ankles, and she'd grab it and she'd burnt it. I'm like, what is wrong? You are not allowed to wear long skirts in this house. Like, oh,
that was her best Finnish accent, by the way.
you are not allowed to wear.
There's another couple over here. So that was part 2 of the Elon comment. No, the one
Oh.
right there. That's part 2 of the Elon comment.
I can say some Finnish words.
And there we go. That one right there. Leora. That's about
Yeah.
gypsy movement.
Wow. Because in the war, like she obviously Finland was kind of involved, right? They were right there beside Germany, right? They're in that vicinity. Sweden.
Oh my goodness. I don't mean to cut you off.
Sure.
My parents made this exact same joke too. They would tell me
No.
that exact joke. Right there. Nope.
Where? Sorry, guys, I'm trying.
Right there. My parents would say the exact same thing to me when I was being bad when I was a kid. As a joke, they would say the exact same thing.
But why wouldn't my mom like? I didn't know until later because I was only like 12 or I don't know 11 or 12, and I was you're changing clothes. You're just like everybody's wearing these long skirts at the time, and she burnt them all, and she wouldn't tell me why until later. She's like, "No," I said, "Do you rather me wear like a mini skirt?" She goes, "Yes." Oh, you want me to wear a mini skirt up to my bum or something? And that's okay, but a long skirt.
Yeah, no
and
kidding.
she goes, yes, yes. And don't ever want to see you wear that ever again.
Just a
And
different
she always
era.
had that. I never wanted you to ever want you to see her wear that ever again, ever again. She sounded Russian. She sounded kind of Russian, So, yeah.
And I just going back to that, like that's what they would tell me when I wouldn't want to, like, I don't know, do something stupid, like take care of our pets or like
Yeah.
bring my laundry downstairs when I was like 10 years old. They'd be like, it could be worse. We could give you to the gypsies. And I'm a kid. I'm like, what is that? Like, I didn't even know what a gypsy
Okay,
was.
so then when I got older, my mom told me that she was a war baby, and on my grandmother's dying, when she was dying, she told my mom that, like, the truth, what happened. Apparently, she was a war baby, and she's the only one because she has 7 brothers and sisters, and she's the eldest, and she is the only one that doesn't have the same father. So, or apparently, my mom's like, now I don't know who my parents are, and I said, oh my God, mom, maybe we should do like 23andMe
Yeah, some
and
kind
find
of
find
genealogy.
out the genealogy for where she's from. But she's a war baby, and this is like maybe this is why she hated, gypsies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it was a different time. Like we got to remember that era of World War II. It was a really messed up time, especially in that part of Europe, and just what happened during the war
What
was
what
very
year
weird.
was that?
What, when it started?
Yeah.
42.
Okay, my mom was born in 1950. So
Afterwards.
afterwards. So was it still going?
Well, no, it wasn't. No, like it ended in 45, right? So, but that whole part of the world was destroyed badly. So, like, if you know history, like, I guess we'll dive into what we're talking about. So, anyways, so like you had Russia who started on Germany's side, and that's when they were invading Finland, right? And then just to keep this really simple, then the Germans attacked Russia, right? So like there was always this issue at the Russian-Finland border for quite a long time. And it was actually some brutal fighting that was done there. And the Finnish actually stopped the Russians' advance. And then that whole thing changed as soon as Hitler backstabbed the Russians and they pulled all their troops away from there. But the damage was still done.
Wow.
Because the first part of the war, Russia and Germany was allies. And that's where some of that would have happened, in my opinion. Because Russia pulled out. Germany didn't really solidify that area because they were too busy fighting on multiple fronts now. Anyways.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that, babe. For letting me know the time frame.
So it was after, but there was chaos during that time.
Thank you so much, Jay
Rana
Rana
Boomer.
Boomer,
Thank
for
you
coming
so
a member.
much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you very much.
Squirrel.
Oh, don't worry about the squirrel.
Okay.
They're just
So-
trying to watch you do a live stream.
So, isn't this weird? This is so weird that we brought up gypsies right now. Thank you so much, Rihanna Boomer, for that new member. I'm going to do more member stuff too. I do have some things I'm going to be doing soon. I have worn dresses of all lengths all my life. Hate pants when nurses wore white. Mine were uniform dresses. Same here. I love dresses. I will just go in sundresses all day, all night. I don't know. That's just me. I do like a nice comfy pair of like jogging pants though. Or leggings. I like leggings too.
Here, bring up that one. I just wanted to say thank you so much, darling. Anything you do, we are greatly appreciative for. So, if you just watch our stuff, we're really happy about that. We don't
Yeah.
ask for super chats on our channel. We don't bug you to subscribe to us and follow us. We don't ever ask for that. We just try to give information, and we're just happy if you're here listening. So
Yeah,
we appreciate you. So you being here and just becoming a member is great. Like, don't feel like you've got to send us money.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're very
I
happy.
seriously just want to solve this. Well,
Yes.
I don't care who solves it. I just want,
Thank you so much.
I want this information out there because I do have a lot of it from before and now, and we need to discuss it
Yeah.
because the trial is coming,
Oh, it's coming up so fast,
right?
man.
And
We need to put a lot of these issues to bed quickly for his sake,
you hyped me last week. I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
you can hype. So you have to see it, right? You have to see it, right? You said that.
What do you
The
mean?
hype button. You only can hype if you see it.
Yeah, because you pop up and, like, when you hit your chat, the chat for a video, you can scroll right or left. And if you can
Okay.
hype it, it'll give you a chance. But you can only hype videos within the first week of their release.
Yeah, I know.
So
I
thank
can't
you
s-
so much.
I could see it on other people's channel. I never can see hypes on mine.
You can't hype yourself. That's why.
No. I know I can.
I hype your channel.
I know I can't hype myself. I don't want to hype me. I'm already hyper. I have like a hyper disorder, probably.
Okay,
Let's go.
We got distracted. Let's get back on this crazy train we
All
were on. Salt Lake Tribune, random guy
don't know where
messing
I
with
am.
microphones.
Hold on.
Could it or not be evidence, or could it be evidence?
This guy was put. Someone said that is not a mic.
Oh, it's a mic. all right. We
Sorry, that's a
proved that.
wireless shotgun mic. That's
Yeah.
what I think. And he has a camera back here.
Oh yeah.
He has a camera here with a mic on it, right?
Yeah.
And this is Mr. Chief Long.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Yep. And I do have a picture of like there is like a little drone in the center there, but I cut it off for this purpose
yeah.
because I'm not talking about drones today.
Yeah.
But anyhow, moving on.
What's your airdrop? Oh, my god, make sure it's on. It's awesome.
So this is the video that we used to catch that guy to prove
Yeah.
that it was a microphone.
What's your airdrop? Oh, my god, make sure it's on. It's awesome.
That's right, buddy. That's right, buddy. Adjust
And-
that microphone.
And that's Andrew Fauci up there, the Andrew I forgot how to say his last name. He's one of the other camera guys. He's up there too.
Oh, interesting.
So the mic is a little bit to Charlie's right. And I don't know if he moved it because like we only get like 15-second clips from
Yeah,
all
from the
this
stuff
stuff
online.
like this is odd. Just 15-second clips, and they only get 30-second clips or 40-second clips from other people. Like, can we get all the clips, please? Okay. So maybe he moved it and put it down here.
We have no idea, but we
I
know
have
he
no
was
idea.
there. He was using it that day, and I'd like to know what's
On
that
it.
recording.
And we could do a FOIA
We're-
request for
Yeah,
that.
we're getting people to look into it. We brought this up yesterday, and a lot of people were like, "How the heck did you find this?" So we think it was something like this.
This is a Comica. I don't know if I'm saying that right. VM30 shotgun
VM30 shotgun
microphone with wireless. So, and you can put that little
windsock.
windsock. Is that what it's called? Windsock.
Yeah.
I was going to call it a furry.
A furry.
A bit of furry on it. So it is. They come wireless. Okay.
Yeah. So you see the other thing over there? That's what Buddy would have, like the pack there. If you want
Yeah.
to swirl your thing around it.
This.
Yeah. So that's what Buddy would have in his bag. Right?
Yeah. So what's interesting is after the aftermath and everybody was freaking out and running and oh my god, he's just walking out nonchalantly, drinking his water. I thought that was weird. I was telling Chris, I'm like, this is so weird. Maybe it's not, but yeah, they didn't come out with their footage right away, that's weird to me now.
Yeah. No kidding. It was quite a while. Oh, somebody commented on the pronunciation of Andrew's last name. Andrew Ferrasi is the pronunciation there.
Oh, thank you.
Stephen Cameron Productions there brought that up. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you for that information, sir.
Thank you. Do you know anything about audio, Mr. Camera, Steven Camera Productions?
People were asking why they would have that mic there. Dee Dee asked that question, and Allie and I both. Well, we actually had a conversation with Jordan too, Jordan Henshaw.
Yeah.
We think it was there just to grab generic audience sound.
Okay.
So that, if you were playing this, then you could play back the crowd reaction when they're cheering and stuff. And then you could edit that into the video if you wanted to have that loud, great cheer that's somewhere else in the
okay.
video. Now you've got that audience stuff. So you can use it, right?
So like you've done that for film and TV. So
yeah,
like when
absolutely.
he's been on like a couple, he tell him what you've done, babe.
I've done stuff. I've done
Bit Mr. Beast.
I've done film and TV work in Canada and the USA. I've done all kinds of stuff, sports, reality TV, corporate stuff. I've done everything.
So would you add that into like to get crowd
Oh,
sounds?
absolutely, man.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're even at any kind of award show or musical performance, right? You'll use those to get ambience and to get detailed sounds. Like for example,
Yeah.
if somebody is doing tap dancing,
Yeah.
what you'll do is you'll put a mic low to the ground and aim it at their shoes, so you can get the
Yes.
clicks of the shoes,
Yes.
and then you can edit that in afterwards.
Yes.
So absolutely, I believe they were grabbing some
Yep.
extra crowd noise. If that helps explain.
We used to be in Detroit. Oh, I used to be in Detroit. Now I'm in Canada. He's in Canada too. We're both in Canada now. But we don't want to
lived-
be here.
No, we don't. I lived in Florida and I lived in Michigan. Allie also lived in Michigan, but we didn't meet in Michigan, which was
No.
random. So like we
No.
both spent time living in the U.S., lived in the same state, never met. So now we live in
Yeah.
Southern Ontario, in
Yeah.
away from a big city in the middle of nowhere, because that's where we feel safest these days.
I mean, ours is going down the drain. That's for sure. I
Oh.
wish they would just open up the border and just have us together, but I don't know. Whatever.
We'll get there eventually. Once we realize, we can't just keep throwing money away overseas, then we'll start focusing on ourselves. We'll become, the United
They would be
States
really
of North
strong. We
America
would be one
with
strong.
65 states instead of 51.
It would be one strong country.
Heck
'cause,
yes, we
you
would.
know,
We'd
like,
be able to get our own resources from our own land instead of being in the Middle East.
I'm
Anyways.
in like totally the country. But anyways, I'm a country girl. we are both different. Like,
I grew up in the big city.
yeah.
She grew up in
Yeah,
the country.
Yeah. So we're both different. But anyhow, plus like I was traveling all over the place because my dad lived everywhere. He lived in
Yeah.
Paris,
All over the States, Europe,
States,
Spain,
everywhere.
Portugal.
everywhere. So yeah, now
I
what are
gotta-
we?
I
so-
gotta say, just since we were just talking about where we live, one of the best memories I've ever had is being in Florida and watching the space shuttles take off.
Oh,
As a kid,
wow.
those are the best memories I think I have as a youngster. And I remember, it was funny because I seen one as an American, and then the next time I went down, I was a Canadian. So we drove down, and I remember
That's so
being
good.
there, being so proud watching that go up. And it's just like that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I just remember being a kid and just being mesmerized
Yeah.
by what we could do together. Anyway,
Yeah, that's cool.
That's just me
so cool
random.
to see that. Okay, so we went over this. This is Trevor. So let's get that request in to get the audio.
if you would
please,
like
and
that
thanks.
audio, please and thank you, sir.
Let's do it. If there is any.
Yeah, if
I don't
there
know
is
what
any.
you guys think. What do you guys think? Do you think there's audio? I don't know.
We want it if there is, though.
Oh, okay. So this is a really cool picture. I'll probably bring it up bigger. I don't know if you can see. So I thought it was clear. I thought that's a really nice clear picture.
That's Terrell and Philip right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, you see how Philip's bent down there? That makes me think that I am right, that the audio interface is right behind the laptop. We brought that up on X.
Yeah.
And we also brought it up maybe in our last video when we were breaking down their technical setup. I think what he's doing there is checking levels now because Charlie's finally sitting in. So
I'm at the end of this. I'm going to bring up my X because I'm going to show the cafeteria, or I can bring it up now, whatever you want
We'll finish off this screenshot, and if you want, you can.
after this.
Yeah, after
Okay.
this one. That makes sense?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure. And I'll show a little bit of the setup too. Because I feel like they didn't bring everything from, and then that Steven production guy, if he's in the chat still, can tell me. Because I feel like they didn't bring everything that they have for their Prove Me Wrong events. Because I've done like a side by side analysis of their previous Prove Me Wrong events and then the UVU one.
Yeah.
A little bit ghetto. Or maybe they just knew they allegedly were going to be there allegedly for 20 minutes, so they didn't bring everything allegedly. Yeah.
They had a system which could be set up and removed at a lightning fast pace. I will state that because that is factually correct.
Have you guys seen the video of how the wireless mic ended up in Philip Goldsberry's hand? I can't find any or can find any.
I think
No.
I think he's saying he can't find
No,
any.
there's everything is like too
Yeah, that's a good question, Steve.
Every
I
video's-
wish we had the answer. To
babe,
be
everything's
honest.
like too like every video I see is just like it's no longer than 30
Yeah,
seconds.
because
you
as
know?
far
15-second clip.
100%. And from what we see, like there's no, well, if there is video of it, we haven't seen it, of the setup of the tent and the gear,
Yeah.
that stuff. There's no coverage of that. And then we see Charlie come in and Goldsberry's already got the gear there on the table and then
Yeah.
pins it on him. So like we've got that sitting on the table. But that's as far back as we go with the timeline of that mic. And I assume you're talking about the Rode mic. I
Yeah.
assume that's what he's talking about.
Like he is putting it on him here, but
Yeah.
this just shows you the table.
And those two cases there, those there, I believe.
Sorry, hold on. I didn't share it to the screen yet.
Oh, okay.
Or yeah, I did. Hold on.
Did you share it to the screen?
Yeah, I did. So what? I can't say it because I don't have my other thing up. But what do you want to?
It's okay. Just I don't know if they can see your cursor. Can they see your cursor?
No, they can't.
Okay.
Or maybe-
So
No, you
no,
can't.
they can't. Okay, so at this picture, look at the bottom of the picture where you got those two water bottles, right?
The orange one or the
No,
clear?
the two water bottles at the bottom of the picture. In
Okay.
between those two water bottles, you
Ah.
see those two black cases, right?
Yes.
I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe those are the Rode cases, the Rode mic cases. I believe.
Oh,
That's what I
okay.
believe. And I think, I'm just trying to pick back in my head, and I think when I was talking again with Jordan Henshaw about that, I think he said he was pretty sure of those. He bought some just to destroy one as an
Yeah.
experiment. So he physically had that case in his hand recently, and I think that's what he said. I don't want to misquote him. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and it's not his fault, it's mine.
Yeah.
But I believe that's what it was.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Philip could have had it in his pocket too, in his little pants pocket. Like those road mics are so tiny, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. You just like take it out.
Yeah.
And then there's people saying that Butch had it in his, in his shirt.
Which I'm actually leaning against now that I've seen more accurate descriptions of the size of the Rode mic. I think the bulge in Butch's pocket would have been bigger if he was carrying it. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. We don't know what was in his pocket, right?
No, we don't.
Yeah. So yeah,
Oh.
you can go to my X, and I have all this on my X of the setup table and what it looked like before. Shout out to Project Constitution because he even reposted my post.
Yep. And
yep.
I see Leora is just asking what the equipment is. So over the course of the investigation, there's been a lot of accusations that people were behind the table triggering things and detonating stuff and all this stuff. So Ali and I decided to break down all the pieces of gear that were on their table. And after doing that, we realized there was actually sort of nothing there that was not unidentifiable. Like nothing was weird, right? So that picture that we were just on, that was just showing what the live streaming device was. So you follow that red cable, that goes over to the audio hub. That's how they were streaming the event that day. And then we just broke down some of the main gear and explained what it was actually doing.
Yeah, like
And
this
just-
one? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you see Philip sitting in a chair or bent over, right? People are like, oh my goodness, he's doing this. He's detonating that. He's doing this, doing that. He's not. So, and once we realized that, he was just staring at that monitor there, which Ali has up right now. and he was just making sure that the cameras were good. I think, and I do not know 100%, but I believe the audio was also put in there so he could supervise what the audio was coming like in,
Yeah.
and the cameras all from one monitor and be able to
Yeah.
monitor the show. So
Yeah.
I think that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Whoever your troubleshooter is always has the ability to monitor what's going on.
So that's that. You can go to my X for more
More details.
details on that. I gotta remove that and put
Go
this
back to
there. This
that
one.
guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
that guy.
So we talked a little bit about the picture on the left. Do you want to start off the picture on the right?
Okay. I can if you want. Well, I wish I knew who posted this. First of all, it was great. So let me see if I can share his name. Ethan Lucas Show.
There we go.
All right. Ethan Lucas Show. Thank you so much for this amazing post. Allegedly that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
The world's largest menorah.
It looks very crazy.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to point out something else, because a lot of people have brought up like the menorah and stuff, but I'm wondering, did they actually make the one connection that we are actually going to sort of make? It's weird. And we said this to each other this morning before the live. So if you look at the menorah, it lines up exactly with the courtyard, right?
Yeah.
Now you take that center line, which is standing up, and it goes straight back, right?
Mhm.
Like the center line coming from the center, it starts moving down, right? That
Like
is
this one?
yes. If you do that, you can use your green cursor. So that center line, think
Yeah.
about it. Now look at that on the actual campus. That draws a line to where Tyler was. How messed up is that? Follow that back all the way, that green line on the actual UVU design. So if you want to swing your cursor over there, babe,
Yeah.
and just start coming down here. So that's exactly where he was, like at the end of where it was. Like that is messed up. That is
No
messed
way.
up. And not only was it accurate to the courtyard, but that stem is where the alleged position of Tyler was. Like
This
that's
is freak-
so
this
it's
is
not just the court.
crazy.
So it wasn't just the courtyard. Like that's interesting. No one's talked about that one other teeny little connection. They're focused on the actual
Yeah.
courtyard. And I'm like, well, that stem
And
is part of the menorah.
the Farnsworth have a lot to do with this university. And don't forget, Erica's uncle, Solomon, also was a part of this university at one point.
Yes. Did you happen to say Uncle Jack?
Hit the road, Jack. Ain't come back
Oh,
no
don't get
more,
us start
no
on
more.
Uncle Jack. We can
Okay.
do a whole
Yeah, like-
episode on him.
Well, there's so many Jacks now to talk about.
Yeah, no kidding.
Jack of
So-
all trades.
So we just thought that was just one more interesting thing, just about the menorah, how the stem actually aligns to Charlie's assassination, and that's messed up.
Okay, you guys are all talking about something. What is she saying?
Yeah,
It is the shape, yeah.
yeah. They're on it. They're on it. You can
Do you
send these for
For what?
do you think?
For what?
I was reading that thing you just put out.
Yeah, I don't know what she's referring to, so I'm trying to answer her question. But what do you mean? Do you think they're going to use the same setup as they did
Oh,
before?
I think Candy's faves is. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Are you talking about Frank Turek coming in for the question and answer period at UVU this week coming up?
If
I
that's
wonder.
what you're referring to, yeah. I don't. He's going to be inside for sure because I haven't seen them do one outdoor. They're not going to do it anymore because, like, Charlie was all about the outdoor events. He liked doing it outdoor. And I did see him doing it outdoor. He liked it.
Oh yeah, you can generally fit more people, right?
Yeah,
and I get it. Like this is a political event. You want as many people there as possible. So like I kind of get that. I guess.
Why
Like,
do you think the tent was slightly offset, babe?
I don't know. I just don't know. Because
Interesting.
like, if I was in charge, if I was the tech manager in charge, I would have pushed And I've said this before. I would like if say we're looking at Charlie from the grounds, I would have pushed the tent to the
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that would have done for the angle. It might have pushed the shooter over a little bit more. Maybe he wouldn't have had it. I'm not sure. I don't know why they did that, and that's an unusual question. Well, actually, it's a good question.
It's a very good
I have
question.
a feeling the answer would be something vague and unusual for some reason. Figure we'd probably get a
Because-
run around on that, to be honest.
Because for them to put it on that, I would rather them put the audio table on the left side.
yeah, like
I would have
yeah,
preferred that,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's yeah, exactly.
I mean, let's not forget how every single leg of the tent was protected, except the talent.
yeah,
I'm just saying,
yeah, that's weird. How they
every
had that.
single
They
leg.
had the tent elevated on this plastic stuff. That's just so weird. It makes no
It's
sense to do
so
that. I would really like to know why they did that. It's just bizarre.
Weirded, very weirded out.
Like the good thing is the tent's grounded by doing that, but
Yeah.
like what other reason does it serve? You got me. I don't even have an answer for that.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
And see what else we got because we're gonna. Oh, new update! Oh, yay! Look at him. Oh, it's a
Oh.
new turning point action in Nevada, Las Vegas.
Right.
Turning point action.
Well, I guess it's safe to say that Vegas is going to be under a full-blown
Who's this?
that guy.
And who's this?
You got me.
Miss
That's
Stacy.
Stacy. Yeah, that's Stacy. Obviously.
I'm trying to identify some of these people. I just saw this video, and it looks like she got some new security guards too. This Boyer, she can't get rid of him. Alrighty, so that's that one.
Yeah.
Next,
Turning point.
here it
Action
is.
is expanding.
Turning point action. Conservatives. Can everybody see this? Okay, yeah, they can. So conservative turning point USA opens HQ headquarters in Las Vegas.
All right.
That's
Erica
headquarters?
Kerr cut the ribbon and spoke about continuing the vision and expanding the group's presence in Nevada. Okay, so they're seriously pushing hard in Nevada now.
Yeah. And JD Vance is reportedly considering not running for president in 2028. So what's the ticket?
I guess it's
It's
not
not-
the Vance Kirk
It's
ticket
not
anymore,
the
right?
Vance Kirk ticket. Is it the Candace Erica ticket? Who's running? Who? I want to know who is the Kirk ticket.
Who-
Oh my God. Imagine if it's Erica and Candace.
Oh my goodness.
Imagine.
I think
You
that
guys imagine
I think that would be the worst. It would be like Friday night White House fights, and they would be like knocking each other out in like the Oval Office or on the lawn.
Tucker and Erica.
Hey, hold on. Somebody actually just said something interesting here, which I kind of agree with. Kira, right there.
This one?
No, that one.
This?
In the middle. Yeah, that's
Oh,
possible. That's possible. If JD backs out, I could see Rubio pushing for that because he's still got the same. He's still aligned in the same way as everybody else is, right? Like with viewpoints and stuff.
yeah.
I think that's a good suggestion there. I think that's a good guess.
True. Brian, the tent offset and the CK elevated gives a line of sight to the equipment van and the
In the very rear.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is exactly what is the outcome of that maneuvering. So that's a very interesting point you just
Very
made,
interesting.
sir. Because otherwise you may have not have had that line of sight if it was over and lowered.
Man, they're just pushing this Vance Kirk ticket. I'm so confused now.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Well, I think
What is going on here?
See, as much as I think JD's a smart enough man to realize that he can't have her as a running. There's too much drama surrounding her, but at the same time, I could see Rubio stepping up. See, this what makes everything interesting.
So wait,
It makes everything so interesting.
would he still be vice president or
Well,
just-
he's still vice president till his term's up, but It'd be for the next election. Like how is that going to play out for the Republicans?
Yes, I know Usha is pregnant, but you can still be a president even if someone's pregnant. But I understand he wants to be more for his family right now, right? But
I have no problem with that.
or he's just or he's just saying this and then he's going to do it anyways. He's just dying people down from the hype of him.
Yeah, maybe.
This Kirk ticket, and then then you're going to see him run. I thought you said you weren't going to do it. Well,
Yeah,
I
maybe.
changed my mind.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see that. You just using it as a little bit of
Yeah.
a tool.
But you can't imagine if like Tucker or it's a Tucker Vance thing, or if it's like a Tucker Erica thing. Well, you know what Frank Turek said. Oh man, I could see Eric going for president. She'd make a great president. I could see it. So he said it. That's why I'm like,
Interesting. That's been swirling for
oh
a while.
yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, that's been swirling for a while. Ever since that picture came out, or not that picture, that video at the event where Erica hugged JD.
Yeah.
Right? And that idea has been swirling for quite a while. It's not the first I've heard of it, that's for sure.
Wow.
Interesting. So this is just something to consider. Like
Yep,
if
it
JD's
is.
not doing it, then what the heck is going on with the
What the
Republican
heck
Party?
is
Like if he's not going to be
going on?
pushing for it, then who is?
Going on. I don't know what's going on. Oh my goodness, you're so funny. Some of the comments you write, and I love your emoji. I can see what it says there. Bullshit.
Yeah. All right. Let's
I'll sign it.
Yeah, no kidding, I would.
Okay, so sorry, we can move on.
Yeah, let's get
And
out
what do
of
we got? What do we got? Okay, so now we're gonna like just talk about these FBI pictures that we're looking at. I'm looking at, and you tell me what you guys see. I've seen a couple of them, and there's a lot of them online. People are like, there was no FBI there. Yeah, there was.
There was, but it was
Very fast.
not immediately put out either. Like they were in and
Hey.
out. We were still questioning whether
Yeah.
they were even
I can
there.
go get a burger from In-N-Out and be back, and they'd be gone, or you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying, Nancy Guthrie's thing was there for like weeks, but they left in like what was it? Were they gone in 6 hours? Somebody told me
5 to 6 hours.
6
That was the
hours.
rumor. 5 to 6 hours.
So
They were in, did their analysis,
Yeah.
their sweep, and were gone.
and they were gone. I mean, don't you need to do your your what do you call it, your ballistic thing and where the thing was coming from? Don't you need to do all that?
Apparently,
Don't you need to do your, what do you call it, babe?
yeah. Apparently,
The-
it was.
the investigation where they do what is the word?
What?
Like where they line up things where the right,
That's all part of the ballistics, figuring out the trajectory of the shot, like all that kind of stuff.
like
that-
don't they need to get their truck units and come there and pull out all their equipment and do their line of sight and measure everything?
Well, that sort
is
of goes.
happening
Well,
here?
that sort of goes to what you talked about at the beginning of the stream, like seeing for the Nancy Guthrie case how they locked off the house. There's been a row of media there ever since it happened.
Yeah.
Completely blocked off.
Yeah.
And
Taking care.
and well,
You
just
have
do
to find the person, right?
Yeah.
I know it's a different scenario where she's missing, but this is kind of the same thing. Don't you need to grab that, the cameras that are under the tunnel?
which we don't know if they did.
Nope. We don't know anything. I'd like to see that tunnel camera footage. I mean,
That would be nice.
at this point, I feel like the defense of Tyler has a lot that they could use,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
I just wanted to just take a quick shout out. Just we were just talking about options for the Vance Kirk ticket. Leora Gabbard Kent, Leora again, Massey Green.
Oh, I should have did that as a poll.
Leora again with one, and this one is kind of crazy. Erica and Ted Cruz.
Wait a minute. Should I do another poll? I
No,
should
but
do another
think about
poll.
that. Think about that. Ted Cruz and Erica. I can see them trying to push that.
Ew.
I could- yeah,
Why
I-
Ted Cruz?
Hey, I'm not saying I like it. I think the guy's gross.
I don't
right?
like it.
I think the guy's gross. My opinion, and I'm not stating that's a fact. This is my personal opinion. I think he's
Okay.
gross. But that would be something that they might be able to push.
Ted Cruz and Tucker, TNT.
That,
don't know.
That's funny. After Tucker's interview with the guy, that would be actually, there'd be fistfights again
This
in
is-
the Oval Office if that were to happen.
This is why they're all over Tucker right now because they don't want him. They don't want him to. This is why they're on him.
You
They
think they
don't
don't
want
want
him to be president.
They think they don't want him to even consider it, eh?
Yep.
Now, don't even think about it.
Yep. You're not allowed. Why wouldn't the feds or police bring in the bomb sniffing dogs to make sure the site was safe after the event?
Good point. Good point, Steve.
Yep.
100%, dude. Like,
Yeah.
why wasn't...
I don't see any dogs there.
Well, remember, though, apparently the ones they had smelled nothing, went to Harvey's, got a cheeseburger, and
I could smell something if I was there.
you know what I mean? Apparently they did everything except for find something.
Yeah. Yeah.
They looked great. Their bark was awesome. Their fur coat was nice and shiny. But
Wow.
apparently they didn't find anything. Oh, my God. You see it?
Grok mentions for president Mark Rubio, Ted Cruz, Greg Abbott, Katie Britt.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's all possible, man. And look at-
This is a good one.
oh, my
I'm
God.
gonna do a poll.
Ryan. You're killing me with that one. Oh, my God.
This is funny.
Oh, my God. It's the Kirk and the Brow ticket. Browsing Kirk ticket.
Maybe because there was explosive residue in the
Maybe.
kill zone. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or maybe there was something else in that. There could have been a potential whole bunch of things in that area. See, I feel like he was electrocuted. A part of other things. One of them was that. That's what I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, Leora, I know I'm laughing, and you're right. It could happen. I don't know if I'm laughing out of joy or out of fear, to be honest.
Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, we're gonna like just go over these 10 things. Like, okay, I just feel like all the pictures I see, they are, they've taken this part of the tent down, obviously. They're always focused over here, which they should be. The camera was there, right?
Hey, just noticed something
What?
interesting. Look at that sign on the far right, reserved for license plate number, blah, blah, blah. Wasn't that where the van was parked?
Yeah.
So that
I mean,
means,
just a little bit behind that.
so because that's a reserved spot, that means the tech crew would have probably had to call the university to get permission to park there.
Yeah, I don't think you should be parking in the tunnel anyways.
I just
It's
never
kind of-
seen that sign before,
Okay,
so I
I'll
just
tell-
thought that was interesting
I'll tell you something.
because they couldn't just roll up; they needed permission for that.
But isn't it a hazard, like a fire hazard?
No,
Okay.
all you need is a 4-foot walkway, and they have that. Legally,
Okay.
that's all you need is a 4-foot walkway. So once you have that, then the fire marshal can't do anything to you.
Okay.
You have the legal distance, which they have more than that underneath that tunnel.
I just thought it was just for temporary, like to unload and load. I didn't think you could just park there the whole entire time. I thought that's a kind of like a, if people need to run out, like people were doing, there's a van in the way.
Yeah.
So
But there's also, like I said, the proper amount of pathway. I was bringing up the fact that was a reserved spot, right? So
Um,
like,
yeah, let me see what he's saying here. CK's hands look burnt up to me in the pics I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I posted a couple, maybe some sort of shock that detonated the wireless mic.
that's very, very, very possible. Because one thing people forget, and I actually brought this up to John Bray.
What do you mean? What does he mean by the wireless? What he was wearing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I actually brought this up to John Bray a while ago. In order to say take somebody out with a mic, you don't even need to put any kind of explosive in it. All you need to do is add copper. You add copper, that would give them a massive zap if you just hit them even with a small charge, because then that is a massive conductor, and you literally have it on the guy's chest. Now that is conducting, and it doesn't even have to be a lot. It just has to be enough to react with the copper.
Yeah.
And copper, that's what it does. Like all these cables, like audio cables, video cables, it's all built with copper. Like that's the standard conductor for signal or current, the standard conductor. So
It's just when for me, I didn't see no explosion. So maybe you're correct. You're correct there. Maybe there was some sort of shock. We need to figure out how this all comes together, because when I was electrocuted before, but when I see him, he's like, oh, and he goes like that, right? It would be nice to have the Rode mic's audio so I can hear if there was some sort of.
Well, I think that audio is key to this entire thing, to be
Yeah.
honest. So
And if it
that
explodes, we have nothing.
well, that'll tell us exactly sort of what happened. So like, if that we get the recording of that mic, right, and then say we hear, I'm gonna put my earbuds back in. I was just gonna run to the bathroom quickly, and
Yeah,
then I
go
stopped.
ahead.
Well, no, now I'm halfway through a sentence.
Okay.
So if that were to happen, right? Like say we get the mic and it has audio after the shot, and we hear security talking and blah blah blah, then we know that it didn't detonate.
Yeah.
And we also know then it wasn't hit with a truck. So that eliminates everything.
Yeah.
Every theory is now dead, except for a shot from somewhere or a fake. Every
Yep.
theory is dead in the water. I don't care what you say. Even ours is dead in the water. Everything's dead.
Yep.
But if we get that audio recording and it cuts out at the shot, now that's huge. Now everything's back on the table. So it
Gave
all
me
depends what is in
goosebumps,
that.
babe.
It's a fact.
Whew.
That is one of the single most important pieces of evidence in this investigation is the audio from that Rode mic that was pinned to Charlie's chest.
Yep.
And the most important single piece of video that I believe we could have would be from the Turning Point camera that Jordan was operating right in front of Charlie's face.
The
So,
girl, Jordan
yes,
Wilson. Yeah.
and you identified her.
Yes.
So I think those are the two most important things possible in
Yes.
this investigation, and I will put the audio from that mic as the most important part of
Yeah.
evidence in this investigation. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, okay, Tornado Alley. So she was on my last live, and some weird things were happening to her when Charlie passed, and she was telling us her story of what happened with her weird text that she had, and the lights flickering. So she just said, Allie, the lights flickering in my office before I went live with you still has me tripping. Makes me wonder if your theory is right. Lights, electricity. Oh, it's like a sign, right? I don't know. It's like a dream. It's like I had a dream. So I sent like where's the cameraman? So I sent my theory to Baron, and he did a live stream on it. I was on his show. There was a lot of stuff that I showed him that was just inconsistent with a shot, like his burnt hands, broken finger, like broken pinky. I think his shoulder was broken too. Obviously his neck was, but I'm talking about before he fell down. All these weird things, and there was water around, and there's guys going under the tent, allegedly. There's him going under the tent. He could, like Chris said, he could have just took the XRL cable with the pin in it and took the pin out and put it back, and that could have caused something also, allegedly. And I found the transmitter on a speaker. We don't know what that is. Charlie's wearing something under his shirt, underneath this part of his tummy area, underneath his nipple. I think something's on his back. I mean, everything. There's so much going on here, and we need more answers, is what I'm saying. Because we can't just come out with a theory. I think he went in on it to fake it, because I could see a clear square patch on his neck. Somebody triggered the hole to open up and and pour out, but he got electrocuted in the process. But hey, that's just my theory. There's so many out there, right? But if we have new information, hopefully we can solve this thing. That's what we want to do. It's like a trickery. It's like, remember what Brian Harpo said? I don't want this to turn into another JFK. He said that. Well, guess what? It's happening.
It's happened.
It's happening. So I don't know if anybody else said something. Did he say something else in the
Come get
video?
on the mic. That's exactly when it happened. Yeah, when he puts his hands down into his lap.
Yep. That's where the energy is, right? I don't know. That's just me.
And by energy, she's referring to the waveform by John Bray.
Yes.
So I just want to elaborate. So that's basically what she's referring to. So if you look at John Bray's waveform, he insists that the energy starts up at his chest where the mic is.
Yeah.
I encourage everybody to watch that for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Turn off the audio so you don't listen to him talking in your ear. And look at that with your own eyes. And think to yourself, when is the first motion and energy being moved?
Yeah.
And look at it yourself. Don't take our opinion from it. Don't take his.
Yeah.
Look at it yourself. And I think you'll notice the energy does not come from where he says it does.
Mm-hmm.
But look at it yourself.
Yeah, and if you just joined, I mean, I'll end off with it later, but yeah, he's going to be here. He's going to be in UVU March 26th. So watch it, guys. So if you just tuned in now, Debbie, that's what I was sharing in the beginning for Pastor Sunday. And of course, all of his, he says everybody's lying, but I just showed some of his allegedly lies.
Yeah.
And then we talked a little bit about this. I should have did a poll on this. Oh, well. Maybe next time. I do have a poll in there. Should I end the poll?
Yeah, at this point, the poll was basically about Frank. So at
Yeah.
this point, a lot of people have jumped in.
Yep.
And
You can vote now if you want. And we have a discussion. Debbie, we were having a discussion about
is Debbie here? Yeah, Debbie's here.
the Vance Kirk ticket, because hello, he's not going to be in it, right? He's not. He is not going to be in 2028. So
Looks like he's rethinking that position.
who's it going to be? I was laughing. I was like, Erica and Candace. Can you imagine? Or Tucker and Erica. Oh, they're not going to allow Tucker to do anything. They're on Tucker. I should have did a poll of that. But anyhow.
Yeah. Thank you for that super sticker, Debbie.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining, even if it's late, even if you guys are all just joining now. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh,
We're just discussing a whole bunch of oddities. I am going to show after these pictures of the military guy in the cafeteria. So give me 1 second once we get through these.
Yeah, we've talked a little bit about a bunch about the FBI.
Yep.
We can probably fire through the rest of the pictures you have.
Yep. I'm going to go to the next one.
Yeah, so a little bit similar.
I'm just in there.
Are they
Yeah.
doing shadow puppets? Is
Oh
this
my
not
gosh.
serious? I don't even
I thought
know.
that was Erica at first. Sorry. No, that's
Oh
not.
my goodness. Well, those look like very nice blonde extensions, so you never know, right?
No, it's not her. Yeah.
I know it's not. We're not starting that rumor, guys. We are
So-
not starting that rumor.
So here is the wire. Right there, you can see the wire a little bit. They are here.
That's weird. That would have been from the camera.
That's from the camera, yeah.
That'd be my guess, right?
Yeah.
So the camera's gone because the wire's just dangling there.
Well, I mean, the SD cards apparently went to them, so
That's also weird. That means they bailed out without even taking the rest of their gear. So bizarre. I don't even get it. I don't even
yeah,
get it.
it's really
It's
weird.
like they take the cameras and stuff. They just leave the cables in there.
I
Like
don't know.
the cable dangling from the tent.
So, yeah, so they're doing something here. Okay, so here's another picture. Obviously, I'm trying to see if I can see anything on that
What's she
audio
doing?
table.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what's she doing over there?
I'm trying to see, but I can't see if all the gear is there. I wish I had a better photo.
Can't tell. I would assume it would be gone.
If you find a better photo, guys, send it to me. And
I-
apparently, at one part of the show at the UVU event, this was on the floor.
Yeah,
This
one of
wa-
those power bulkheads
Yeah.
was actually on the ground, and it looks
Yeah.
like they put that in after.
Like
So bizarre, man.
I
Too many
mean,
weird
what do
things
you
with
think-
this crap.
he's looking at right there, babe. He's like
Which guy?
this guy. What do you think
Him?
he's looking at? Yeah.
At the top? I don't
Yeah.
know. Looks like he's examining either the frame or maybe the top of the tent. It's like my best guess. Like, and it's literally just a guess.
That's so
I'm
weird.
not quite sure, to be honest. I would be like, anyone's got an opinion, I'd love to hear it, to be honest. I don't even know what to make of that.
So he's looking at something, and the other guy is just standing there. He's still looking at the table. I'm trying to bring up the other picture that I have of Mr. Phillip.
Actually, somebody just made a good point, and actually, I want to talk a little bit about that. So,
Okay.
Kira S5S, said they sure didn't send the experienced crew. These guys and gals are all young for field work. And I would agree. And do you guys remember what happened leading up to this? Allegedly, Kash Patel cleared out the agents from Utah. I think the field office commander was removed. And I think they just finished using Doge to cut a lot of the office field agents in Utah. If I remember correctly, they said they had to fly agents in from New York. I thought New York State. I could be wrong, but I thought that's what was said back when all this happened. I remember watching stuff with just, like tariffs and FBI and blah, 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 and all that crap leading up to this. And I swear I remember seeing that they were cutting back on FBI field agents. And I was like, well, that's really weird. They're doing that at all these places. Like, these places are all short of like good agents now. And then
there you go. I brought the picture up now, and I have this on my UVU review live stream from a while ago. So there's like behind him, you can see like a black tarp that's leading into the grass and wires going into the grass. I've said this before, but it's really suspicious. I don't know what they're doing here. So, and there's a little bit of moisture on the ground there, and wires are going in the ground. I brought another one up here. Wires in the grass under. There's a hump here. Like, what is that? Where the speaker speaks. Hunter spoke right there. I'm just bringing up some
randos.
The grass looks weird, kind of lumpy, kind of weird. I don't know what you guys think, but in the grass, under the grass, I don't know if wires should be going. I don't know. It's just me. It was very like, moist or whatever. We don't know because there's water all around there too. Don't forget. So people are walking through. Sometimes they're walking through the fountain. Kids do that, and they joke around, and it could be wet. We don't know. I'm just saying we don't want to put wires on the grass.
As long as it's properly shielded, it should be okay. But,
But babe, you can't see you can see there's a little hump there. We don't know what this is, right? We don't know if that's fake turf, real grass, tarp. We don't know.
There was a lot of real grass there. We know that. It was really horribly kept. Like, it's weird. So in every other picture, the grass is all trimmed and perfect. You can even see that before this happened and after the event. It's perfect. Now, it's like they let it go, get all really long and nasty for this event. And maybe it's because they knew it was going to get trampled. I don't know. But if that's just real grass, I can't see just a couple people setting up a tent and stuff making that much damage to it. This seems weird to me.
Yeah, but everybody was talking about the grass behind where he was. It was very like luscious and weird looking. But anyhow.
I have one comment, which is actually interesting. So this is from Leora again. If Charlie is not and came back and ran for office as VP for JFK Jr., who also comes back, would you vote for them? Think about that.
Where's that comment?
Oh, it's a little bit back. It's below Debbie's there. I just thought that was interesting because with all the fake and gay that's going on these days.
There you go. Gloria. Yes.
You want to know my answer? Heck yes, I would. Heck yes, I would. Yeah. I would literally leave where I am right now, move back to where I lived last time I was in the States, and become a citizen. And yeah, they would get my vote in a heartbeat. I wouldn't. That's a no-brainer. I wouldn't even have to think about that. That would be the type of presidential team that would make me run back.
Really? So he said, when searching Utah FBI agents fired, several articles come up. They're also currently suing Trump admin.
Yes, because of illegal firings, allegedly, possibly, maybe. If you remember all that.
Yes, allegedly, yes.
Yes. So yeah, that's a good point.
That's a good point, Steven.
I'm not surprised, to be honest.
Steve, Cameron. Are you on like X or something? I feel like I've seen you somewhere before.
I think so too. That profile picture looks familiar.
Yeah.
Maybe he's one of my old bosses and he's fired me. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. The lead FBI agent, Robert Bowles, used to work for Provo Police. Aha. That's convenient.
Oh, you're kidding me. Ultraviolet, is that right?
I don't know. Look it
Is
up.
that legit?
Look it up.
Who is this guy?
That sounds familiar, that name.
Hold on. I'll see what I can find. Hold on. Let me
yeah.
get the right spelling of his name.
So, yeah.
Who is this guy?
Robert Bowles, Bohlf.
What am I in
He used to work-
regards to?
He was the lead
Okay.
FBI agent, and he used to work for Provo Police.
See.
Yeah. Something buzzed in my ear. Okay. I will now put this back on stage because I want to finish off my other stuff. I have some other stuff to show you guys. So just give me 1 second while I put this there, and I'm going to go back here. All right. So they're by the tent area. That's all I see. If you guys can send me anything else of these FBI agents looking somewhere else in the courtyard, but this is all I see.
So yeah, that guy is FBI. He was the agent in charge.
Okay. Can I see what it looks like? Oh,
This
okay.
guy.
Oh,
the
yes,
guy.
yes. Now I know who you're talking about. His face is very
Yeah,
familiar.
I
I've
remember
seen him
that
before.
guy.
Yep. Yeah, they just keep on looking at the tent like it's like, let's look at this tent. Like, we're just looking at. I wonder what this tent did to Charlie.
There.
Oh wait, you gotta go like that to show it. Yeah.
So yeah, that's him sitting at his
Yeah.
FBI desk. So
Yeah, this is a better picture of him. I like this one.
I didn't care about his face. I wanted to show the desk that said FBI
Yeah.
on the desk.
Yep.
So yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
I've seen him speaking before.
Yep.
Okay, so next. That's art right there, isn't it? I like that art.
Kelly, you are on point. We call that in the film and TV business, hurry up and wait.
Hello, if you just joined now.
Hello, love and compassion. Yeah, no kidding.
I could have just did it.
Yeah, at this point, can we get some students in? Can we get some students in to
I mean,
take care
like,
of this?
I could have just did it. And maybe they're just taking pictures. Like, they got to take pictures of us here. So
Yeah.
just stand there for a second.
Look busy, guys. Look busy. Remember, this is your work pose.
I don't know. Allegedly. So
guys, I think I found something. Take a picture of me quick. I think I found it, guys.
So he's there. They're looking at the tent again. So that's where the camera was because I could see the cord there.
Hold on. Evidence. What does it say in the back? Evidence.
Where?
On the back of his shirt. FBI evidence. What is that? Team. Evidence response team.
Evidence response team.
Great. So what did you find, bro? I'm curious.
Evidence response team.
What did you find?
Yeah.
Did you find anything?
So now I'm going to go to my X and find the video for you guys to see. What am I doing? Okay, hold on. What are they saying? Something about Butch?
No, they're just rolling with it.
Butch will be at UVU. Yep.
Ooh, is he?
No, he's not.
Oh yeah, I want to know
No
that.
way.
If that's legit.
No,
oh
she
yeah.
said Will Butch.
Oh, is that a question? I was just like, you had me going. I was like,
I don't know.
oh yeah, I want to know that.
I don't know, guys, but you got to watch it because I think I had it here. If you guys just joined, I'll play it at the end. But yes, Frank will be at UVU March 26th, 7 p.m. Mountain Time.
Yeah, man, this week.
Happy Skulls and Bones Day? Is it? Is that today?
Is it?
That's so cool.
Nice.
He loves that stuff.
Yep. That just touched the pirate part of my heart.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Now I'm gonna go change my thing, babe. I have to stop screen. So I have to share my X. So just give us one memento.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna show what am I showing again? Oh yeah. I'm showing
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'll just read out a couple more comments. Dee Dee had a funny one. More like the movie Men at Work. What an oxymoron. I assume that's the Fed work. I thought that was great. That was pretty funny.
I gotta be careful what I'm showing here. Just something just popped up on my screen.
Oh God, what did you do?
Nothing. There's somebody else's post.
Oh really? Oh, that's horrible. People post some weird stuff.
Okay. Alrighty. So this
Also,
is it here.
oh, is that the one?
Yeah, I just had to repost it because I won't be able to find it after. I posted this like December. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
So this
gonna
is an old post. We found this, or Ali found this.
So I'm going to explain this if you just arrived now. Okay. So as the shot happened, it just happened. Everybody's running. So this girl's running with her phone in her hand, and she ran through the kitchen, and the kitchen leads to a cafeteria section. And there's this gentleman just standing here. Nobody knew in this cafeteria anybody got shot yet. Nobody knew anything.
Yeah.
And where is it? And
Look at him. That's military garb to me.
Yeah, like
The boots,
look
the pants.
at I don't know if you got where my arrow is. Just look at his shoes. Look at the okay. Someone said there's two of them in there. I don't know if I can show this whole thing. Hold on. Okay, good. I didn't hope she isn't going to show the actual.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll play this now.
So this is right after, guys.
There were gunshots.
He's going to go to the kitchen.
Literally through the halls on the campus
Do you know
here.
where that came from? Yeah, there was like a gunshot.
Here we
It
go.
was so loud. I have no clue where it came from. I'm just like scared. There was a gunshot.
Know what happened?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know. It was so loud.
Keep your eyes open, guys.
Him?
Here we go.
Him?
There he is.
Oh my gosh.
Very
Are you
fast,
serious?
very quick.
Is he okay? Like,
Literally standing up there getting food.
okay.
Watch this guy's
Wait,
reaction.
where did it hit him? Did you see?
Did you guys hear the
Yeah. They shot Charlie Kirk.
Really?
Really?
What the heck?
I didn't see. I
Really?
ran when I heard it.
Really?
Shelter in place. You're safe. We're not going to let anybody in. Thank you so much.
What in the world did I just watch?
So that's something that's very interesting. You literally see that military guy standing there getting food in there.
Hmm.
The kids are obviously scared and they're running.
There we go. I got a bigger picture of it. I know I did. So you tell me what you guys think. He's eating some grub right there.
Yep. There we go. Kira S5S. Yeah.
Okay.
And you want to know who's actually been saying that ever since this first started and almost nobody wanted to listen to him?
George Webb.
He's been saying that since the very beginning and no one's wanted to listen to him.
Yeah. Yes, Tornado Alley. Remember I was telling you I have this video somewhere? And yeah. I just thought it was weird. Even the reaction of the guy goes, really?
Yeah, that one guy
And he's like
in the
smiling.
yeah, he was just like, "Oh yeah, really?" It's like somebody asked him for the time. Like his reaction was of the same like emotional, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Delivery there. It's like, "Oh, what time is it? Oh, it's 5:30."
I mean,
Oh, Charlie was taken out. Oh, really? Yeah, that's okay.
it's so
Like,
fast.
That doesn't surprise you?
As you can see, I think I am the only one who caught this because this was a while ago. And it's so fast you can hardly see him there, but I caught it. You know, if we rewind it here.
I don't know. It was so loud and we just took off.
Here we go. It's just like, there he is, hanging out.
There's two of them.
Oh my god.
Where's the second guy?
There's two of them.
It was so
Right. Right there. There's one in the corner. There's one on the opposite side of him. On the other side of him, there's another one.
Holy smokes.
There's two of them.
So he's on the other side of the buffet line.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. That's blurry, but yeah,
You
it
can slow it down.
matches.
Yeah, you can slow it down and look at it, but yeah, there's two
Holy
of them.
smokes. I didn't even see that second
Oh my
guy.
gosh, are you
The first
serious?
guy easily could see.
Is
Holy
he okay?
smokes.
Like,
I
It's
don't know.
interesting.
Why is everybody laughing? It's not funny.
wait, where did it hit him? Did
Even
you
the guy
see?
she's walking with is like smiling.
Yeah, they shot Charlie Kirk.
Oh, really?
Wait, he's like on the ground?
I didn't see. I ran when I heard it.
We're sheltering in place. You're safe. We're not going to let anybody in.
We're sheltering in place. You're safe. We're not letting anybody else in. So we all know that just happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
please hit the like button.
So we're just hoping we're giving you guys something that you haven't seen before, and we're bringing new information because a lot of people are sort of stuck. They don't know what to do. So all they're doing is repeating the same old stuff. We'll never do that.
Thank you. I try to look for things that people don't look at sometimes and they miss it because the video just goes so fast.
Yeah.
That's how I caught some
Yep.
of the drones too. I know a lot of people have caught the drones on footages, but I did catch a good one right above
Can't believe you noticed that second guy in uniform there on
Did
the
you like
other
that?
side of the catering
Did
line.
you like that?
Like I seen the first guy, but I
mean-
didn't know there was the second guy. And you're like, I know there's a second guy. And you're like, I'll
Yeah.
show you.
Yeah.
And I was like,
He's right over there in the corner. Yeah.
that's a good catch.
Can't see him,
That
but
was a good catch.
so yeah. I don't know where they were in the aftermath because I didn't see them.
Well, I think this is where they were. He was grabbing a roast beef and cheese or
But
something.
What about afterwards?
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't see these guys anywhere. Am I wrong or not?
No, that was a freaking amazing catch.
Okay,
That was amazing
so,
catch. Like I
like,
never even noticed that.
What else do I have here? Oh, I can't.
Oh, bring
show
that up there.
Which
Did we show them this? We showed them that, right?
Yeah, I did, but I can't show the other stuff. It's inappropriate. But yeah, here's the gear. Stephen Cameron Productions. If he's still here, I was showing this, and then the gear that they had.
They were actually advertising this gear.
Yeah.
Like Philip and Terrell were advertising this gear at the beginning of like 2025.
Yeah.
So Ali found the Instagram post,
Yeah.
Philip's Instagram post, and screenshot all this information. He since then has went private.
Yeah, and I think like I have so much stuff on this stuff. If I go to let's say I know he reposted mine. He got a assistant what is it?
A cease and desist. Yeah.
Yeah, he got a letter.
Project Constitution got hit hard by Turning
I
Point.
got a letter in the mail.
Dee Dee got a podcast, did a full breakdown of Project Constitution's cease and desist. So if you guys don't know about that, go check out Dee Dee with a podcast. He breaks that whole cease and desist letter down that Project Constitution was sent.
So I see this is his other so this is the UVU table setup, right? And we already talked about it.
Yeah.
And then I just showed another setup.
That was their previous setup with the analog mixer and the digital switcher.
Yeah.
They completely scrapped the switcher, went digital with their audio rig, but
Explain to people what that means. They switched from
well, analog and digital, I think everybody pretty much understands the difference. So like when they switched to their new digital audio rig, yes, it was a great idea to go digital. You should. It's 2025.
Yeah.
Welcome to the future. Go digital.
Yeah.
But they could have went with a better piece of gear. Like I was actually talking with Jordan Henshaw about this, and he's actually going to pick one of those up for his personal use at home.
Yeah.
Right. And so, okay, if he's willing to pick that up for personal use at home, maybe this wasn't the best thing to start doing these big events with. Like if it's good for home use, then maybe it shouldn't be used for professional broadcast.
Yeah, so he didn't have all this on the table. Okay.
Yeah.
Or else his table would be full. All he had was the laptop over here, the monitor right here,
Yep.
and then everything else was empty.
Yeah. I would have just brought a bigger digital audio rig. Like if you're going to go digital audio, I would have went with a digital console. Like
Yeah.
give me a digital console. And if they were all worried about live streaming, well, I see a laptop there, hit a hotspot, stream, like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
They didn't bring everything to UVU. So, and like Candace said, they were doing something different. Terrell said we're trying something different. Well, what are you trying? Because
Different.
if you go look at Philip Creates Instagram, it shows all the new gear that they got for the Prove Me Wrong event. So why aren't you bringing it? Like, what? Allegedly, did you know allegedly you were going to be there for allegedly 20 minutes? So you didn't need to haul all that stuff there? I don't know.
Well, and I also look at it this way. How many guys did they had standing around doing nothing who all they did was reach up and adjust a speaker? Like you got,
Yeah.
what was there, 3 different guys? I bet you those
Yeah.
guys, call
Yeah.
me crazy. They could lift gear up
Yeah.
out of a van and put it on a
Yeah.
table, and they could take the gear that's on the table and stick it back in the van after the show's done.
Yeah.
Call me crazy,
Yeah.
but I think that could have happened.
Yeah. So there's no you said there's no switcher here, right? Is that what they're missing?
Yeah, the switchers, the actual switcher's gone, and that is now sort of just done within that the digital rig. So I don't know if they're actually doing any switching. To be honest, it says live switching, but I'll take their word for it.
Yeah.
But I don't see why having that you would even want to. That's why they just put all the feeds into the monitor for
Yeah.
Philip to watch for the show, and that's what they did. There's nothing
Yeah.
really to switch, really.
Interesting. So I'm gonna end the stream in a minute because that's it. Let's see what else I got here. I think that's it. Blah 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 blah. I have to go back to my.
Yeah, you're just gonna roll the Frank vid again.
I'm going to because
Yeah, I think that's good. So people didn't see it at the beginning.
Here it is. So let's see if I can put it.
5 feet from me
I'm
at
going
Utah
to-
Valley. More than 6 months.
Okay, guys. Let me try to rewind it. Are we ready? He's coming to UVU, everyone. This
Here
is
we go.
what. This is it.
More than 6 months since my friend Charlie Kirk was murdered just 25 feet from me at Utah Valley University. On March 26th, I'm going back to that campus for the first time as part of our college tour in honor of Charlie. I'm not sure how I'm going to react to being there, but the plan is to address a bunch of pressing questions. Like, is the murder of Charlie Kirk proof that God doesn't exist? And if God does exist, then why did he allow Charlie to die? And why have there been so many slanderous lies and accusations since his murder? What's God's solution to the evil that we see all around us? And what's God's solution to the evil that all of us have committed in our own lives? Charlie knew what that solution is, and it's not political, and it's not difficult. In fact, Charlie risked his life to show people that solution.
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith.
We'll get into that solution and your questions at Utah Valley University that night, March 26th. So come on out. And if you can't be there, then please join us live on the Cross Examine YouTube channel at 9 p.m. Eastern. Our goal is to make heaven crowded. I hope to see you there, and thanks for your prayers.
Ugh. His goal is to make heaven crowded.
Man, I miss Charlie.
I do. I miss him so much.
Look what we're stuck with without him.
And we're all asking these questions. Never stop asking questions, guys. Christ is king. And look at all of us as individuals just trying to find the truth.
Yeah.
Look how many people are seeing something is wrong.
We've got a
He
whole
has a
chat
lot.
full of people
Yes.
who know something is wrong and have been
Yes.
screaming it at the top of their lungs
Yeah.
for months now.
Yeah. So we got to keep asking these hard questions. And thank you so much for coming today. Do you have anything else to say, babe? Like, I'm going to make sure you tune into this. I'm going to try to watch
Yeah.
it myself. And yeah, this is it for
Just wanted to thank everybody for coming and showing support. We really, really appreciate that. We know you're giving the most valuable thing you have in your life, which is your time.
yes.
So we try not to waste it. So thank you very much. Apologize if we ramble on a little bit, but
yeah.
we appreciate your support. And thank you very much, guys.
Thank you
We appreciate
so much for
you.
coming. They try as they might. God's not filling heaven full of demons. No.
Well said.
Thank you so much, guys. And I will be doing another topic on Tuesday. My conspiracy. Are we doing conspiracy, true crime, or cold case? What are we doing?
It is going to be true crime on Tuesday, and we might, rumor is we're discussing it. We might do a pop-up video sometime this week, and it's going to be a bombshell if we do.
Man, I found something, and I talked to Brad Bradley about Amy Bradley. I said, "Is this her singing at a karaoke bar in Barbados?" And he said, "Unfortunately, not. It looked like her. Her name was Amy, and she even was kind of like dancing like her, and she was the only white woman." And I'm like, "Oh my God, that's not her." And he said, "Nope." And apparently she passed away, that person in the video. So
and just so people are wondering, we did our first cold case file miniseries, and it was on Amy Bradley. So Ali had reached out to Amy's brother with a clue or a hint and wanted to know if she could help. So that was our first series. So we're starting our second series coming up. We've already got it ready to go. So
so Freedom Fridays, I'm doing Charlie Kirk, and
don't stop asking questions, guys.
Tuesdays will be, if anybody wants to come on Friday, just let me know. Just, DM me, email me if you have something. Yeah. So Freedom Fridays will be for Charlie, and we are doing Tuesdays. Try to do a new show every time, right, babe? And
yeah, we're gonna try. Absolutely.
Pastor Sunday always gonna leave it for the pastors, right?
Yeah. Or wannabe ones.
Yep. Thank you so much for coming, guys, and Christ is King.
Christ is King.